What is your American dream?
My American dream is one day opening my Fifth Avenue crafts couture shop, classy men and women stuff. The first African-inspired clothing accessories on Fifth Avenue. Right in front of Hump Tower.
Successful and free, you know? Yeah, it's all about being successful.
My American dream is to be one of the best known chef there is. Yeah, that's where I want to be now. I want to be known.
And to be the best I can be.
My dream is to be with my family and be able to take care of my family the best way I possibly can. I've had 2 more children since I've come here, and being in the United States has its benefits for my children.
Everyone has a right to the American dream. Welcome, everybody. My name is Brad Bernstein. It is Hump Day today. I have been flying solo for the last 2 days, but I have to welcome back Yonathan, Yo-Yo, Elias.
You ain't flying solo today.
Wait, Yonathan, who is this beautiful woman next to you?
I had to get dressed up for her.
Wait a second. You went to L.A.
And I brought y'all.
Who'd you bring back with you?
I brought y'all a little gift.
Who did you bring back with you?
It's a little gift.
Just a little gift, right? Home gift. Well, Vanessa Contreras, welcome to Brad Show Live. For those of you who do not know Vanessa, she was a correspondent for a little bit. Yeah. You went out to City Field for us, right?
Yep, City Field. I've done a couple of you guys have had me out on the fields. I think I proved myself, and here I am, steady at home.
And you did the
I did a few.
What else did you do?
I covered
Miss USA?
Not Miss USA.
Miss USA.
I don't know about that one.
We were not invited to Miss USA.
Maybe this year. And when we also did La Loteria Viva, the artist exhibit, that was a great one. I loved that.
Yeah.
I loved all the things I've done.
So tell me a little bit quickly about you. What's your immigration story?
So I'm originally from the Dominican Republic.
Hey.
Yes, so I'm a Caribbean girl. I came here with my mom when she remarried. I was 3 years old, and I got my citizenship, thank goodness, through my stepfather. And here we are.
Wow.
And here you
Look
are.
at that.
25 years
All right,
later.
well, welcome to
Brad Show.
Welcome to Brad Show
I like
Live. You know, the good news is you get to sit next to Yonathan.
I'm excited about that.
Right.
By the way, everyone in the Brad squad out there is very jealous of you right now.
Are they?
Yes,
all the guys are jealous now
not
too.
The guys, but a lot of the women are jealous right now.
I'm just getting warmed up.
You're just
y'all.
getting warmed up.
Right.
Yeah,
don't
worry. Nobody wants to sit next to me. But let me say hello. Let me say hello to Jacqueline Brown, Ninny God Pickney, Squad Up team. I miss you all so much. Now, Ninny God Pickney is a top fan. Does she comment a lot, Yonathan? I don't know if I've seen Ninny before.
Maybe she changed her name.
Maybe she changed her. Did Ninny change her name? Is she somebody else? Let us know. Steph Ives said, Brad, you are so funny. I really love your sense of humor. Now, if you asked Yonathan and Vanessa 30 seconds ago, they're like, Brad wasn't so funny 30 seconds ago.
But he's hilarious now.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't so funny leading up when we were in Perf Corner. I'm like, come on, we got to start the show. We started 35 minutes late today, so we are sorry. Jessica Kalimi, Joel Reed saying squad up. Gian Reed to Forbes, how are you? Carol Anderson, the Tiger, saying squad up, everyone. Evening. Family, happy hump day. Bakari Pobby says, I'm watching both here and on YouTube. He's double fisting.
You like that.
Or is Bakari...
one platform wasn't enough.
Is Bakari a woman or a man? I'm not even sure.
We're going to have to ask. I'm not sure either.
I'm not sure either, but I'm going to go with a he right now. I'm going to go with a he. But I apologize if you're a she. They.
Right.
Not a they.
It's almost 2020.
No,
right.
it's not.
We're in a place
it is not a they.
Neutrality? Is that?
Now we have a guy I know on YouTube. His name is BK Ricky, but for some reason we call him Back Him Up Ricky. Sexy Shan Myers, how are you? Cordella Douglas, Tracy, Lacey Wren, Stu saying squat up guys. Ja Love saying hello, everybody. Sergey saying hello. Sergey, we say, what do we say, Vanessa?
Sergey says
hello, but what do we say? We say squad up.
Squad up.
Kathleen
do you know about that?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
And you know how many times hey Brad Squad, I wasn't officially in-house part of the Brad Squad, but I've been a part of the Brad Squad.
This is true.
So this is a welcome. It's a warm one.
Right.
You know what I mean? Get used to the space here, yo.
Ooh, seeing you in a different light. I like
it. Kathleen Barrett saying, hi, Brad. How are you? Kings TV. What's the phone number to call? Maestro, do we have a telephone number?
Let's get that rolling.
We have a number that rolls underneath. Can you please let everyone know, Kings TV, what the telephone number to call? Lady Leah saying, squad up. My people, oh, how I have missed you all.
Oh.
All right. Salone Pickin' TV. Some new people.
Right over here. Uncle Brad, need any more help?
Oh.
We need all the help we can get today.
Just got here.
Who wants the help? Come on down.
Myrtle Ray.
By the way, 12837-2039 has a question. But I don't understand how they knew what my social security number was. That's crazy. That is not my social security number.
I was about to say, you don't want to say that.
Everyone dropped the line. Was that Brad's social security? No, it's not. But you can try it, but it ain't going to work. Christopher Zabella, how are you? Prosper Ikachukwa saying, how are we today? We can go on and on. I don't know why on my Facebook feed it's not allowing me to see all the people who are saying hello to us today.
Really?
I have them here. So Julian, hello. Dion Watson, squad up.
I see Dawn Harriet saying squad up. I see Angela Barrett now saying squad up. Demba Sass, it's hump day, but the most important today, we really need Brad to talk about the impeachment hearing first.
Ooh, I was on the plane watching that.
Did you watch it?
I was watching part of it on the plane today.
My biggest problem today was that I really wanted to watch the whole entire thing, but I have to be a lawyer.
Really?
So how can I watch? I mean, I wanted to hear so I watched the opening statements, and then every so often I was walking around. If anybody came, I saw about 20 clients today.
Oh, wow.
So I had my phone in my back pocket, and I had it on very, very low.
Committed.
While I was meeting with clients, and they're like, "What's going on in your back pocket right there?" And I'm like,
"It's Trump."
I said, "Oh, it's just an impeachment hearing.
Right.
Don't worry about it."
Casual. Another day.
Just another day impeachment hearing going on in my back pocket. All right, Yonathan, Yo-Yo, Elias, before we get into impeachment hearings and everything, Vanessa Contreras, here's your starring moment, Vanessa.
Woo!
Jonathan knows what to do. Vanessa, your starring moment. Tell everybody what they need to do.
Alrighty, Brad Squad, you guys already know the deal. And if you don't, make sure that you are setting up for watch parties on Facebook. Make sure that you follow us, that you like, and that you share. Let everyone at home know that they need to be tuning in to Uncle Brad giving all of us, me and Yonathan included, all your answers. You got to start your watch parties and share and like, and make sure that all your friends know so we can answer your questions in the comments.
Absolutely. And on YouTube, you guys are not off the hook. Also, you guys have to subscribe, all right? The first thing I want you guys to do is subscribe. Click that little red button that says subscribe, and right next to it is a little bell that gives you a notification anytime we come on, just in case we actually are on time one day. Yeah?
We will totally be on time. Why are you guys snitching? I don't know.
I watch it. We have something called Brad Show Live Time, which is 5:30ish. But today this wasn't even 5:30ish.
Well,
this
when
was.
You turn your bell on, you'll know what time.
Exactly. That's why you gotta turn your bell on.
No problems here, only solutions.
There you go. And now, of course, we definitely need you guys to put all of your questions in the comment section right now. This is the beginning of the show. A lot of you guys always talk about we don't get to your questions. That's probably because you do it a little too late. So now, I'm telling you, put your questions in the comment section right now. Of course, we definitely want you guys to copy the link, send it in a text message blast. You could also send it straight to your social media platform. And of course, last but not least, you already know, in order to make Brad happy, what do you have to do on YouTube? click the thumbs up. All right, so turn that gray thumb blue. Do it right now. I want everybody to click that.
You're already on it.
Break the internet. All right, guys, this is what you guys have been waiting for. This is where we schmooze with Brad. It's a lot of likes and loves. I love it. Thanks for liking so much.
Somebody's liking us.
They're liking. Look.
You know who likes us? Maestro. By the way, I think that's his new name. Michael's new name. His name
Maestro?
It's Maestro.
Official, or are we still working on
We're still
names?
working on it,
I
but
like Maestro.
but I like it because he's like orchestrating everything. Now, one thing Maestro needs to do is he needs to get the clock going with the steam
schmooze.
coming up, the schmooze thing.
He's got it. It's
Something
coming.
we like to call. There we go. Schmoozing with Brad. You know what schmoozing means?
You're about to tell me.
Schmooze. That's exactly what we're doing right now. We're gonna schmooze.
We're chilling.
Just chilling and talking and
Let's do it.
whatever
That's
we
what we're
feel like talking about. Now, before we get into impeachment, Jilly, because I was in a very crabby mood right before the show started, she hands me this card. She says, "You know what? You're so crabby. Read this first."
All right, let's see what that's about.
It says today is World Kindness Day.
Wow, is it really?
It really is. On November 13th,
Jilly,
as
good
part
one.
of World Kindness Day, we're encouraged to spread kindness around the world. So the World Kindness Movement is a legally registered non-for-profit organization with no political, commercial, or religious affiliations. The World Kindness Movement, it has no commercial affiliations, but they're the ones behind the smiley t-shirts. No, they're not. But the World Kindness Movement started World Kindness Day in 1998 and has spread to 28 countries. It is now spreading to Bradshaw Live. So the World Kindness Movement is now recognized as the peak global body for kindness. And while not a governing body, it is a platform for collaboration and sharing. And they feel that we each have the potential to improve each other's lives through understanding and kindness, whether it's a friend, a family member, a co-worker, a co-host. We can be kind to co-hosts, right?
Yes.
Right? Or even a stranger. Our ability to show kindness is what gives us humanity. That is there.
kindness, they say.
I like that.
So today we ask people to hashtag World Kindness Day on social media.
Did you do a kind what is it?
A what?
A kind gesture today?
I do kind gestures every day.
I was gonna say,
Believe it or not,
Something different.
I'm pretty sure Brad checks that off his list every day.
Every
like,
day.
good
I'm
deed
saying-
of the day.
I mean
done.
something different though, that what you would have normally done.
What like
This is big though.
like what
Like
would-
pay for the person's Starbucks right behind you.
No, I don't do that. No, that's just
That's a kind gesture.
That is a kind gesture. It's a very nice gesture to do.
Right.
But maybe you don't know if the person behind you needs free Starbucks or not.
I would have been like,
Okay.
it's kindness day,
But
so I'm
it's
hooking you up.
also, you know,
It's not free coffee day. Okay? So I was on Starbucks, and I knew it was World Kindness Day because Jilly told me. But the thought of paying for the guy behind me never entered my mind. I have to be honest with you.
Well, it didn't enter mine either. So you and me both.
well, you guys will try harder next November 13th.
That's right. That's
We'll
right.
try.
So meanwhile, it is impeachment day.
Hey.
And there may be a brutal Arctic blast going around the country.
Where did it come from?
Canada.
When did it happen?
Good.
Canada.
Well.
It did not come from the Dominican Republic.
No, that is
Yes.
for sure.
Yes, for sure.
But it was smoking hot in Washington despite the weather. That's what it says here. Now, this is how many impeachment hearings do you think? Here's Bradshaw Live quiz of the day. How many
quiz.
impeachment hearings have there ever been in the United States of America? This is how many in total?
Okay.
Uh,
We've had over 50 presidents. I want to say that have been fulfilled, or
No, actual hearings.
I want to guess 5.
I would say 3 or 4.
4.
4.
This is the fourth one. Fourth
Now, Brad,
impeachment
can we name
hearing.
the other 3 presidents that have been in this predicament?
Clinton,
Nixon,
Nixon,
and there
and I
was
believe
another-
it was. I want to say it's Andrew Jackson, but I'm not a.
It
Not
was-
Andrew.
it
Not
was-
Andrew
it was
Jackson. The
someone
guy
from
after
back in the
Lincoln.
day.
The guy after Lincoln.
leave it up to the
Andrew
Brad squad
Johnson.
to make sure
but
that
somebody
was
can Google
accurate.
that and let us know.
Right.
But
They will.
I think it was Andrew Johnson, the guy after Lincoln. It's not here on my card.
I knew
I'm going
Nixon
back
for sure.
I am
Nixon,
go-
I knew for sure.
I'm going back to AP history 35 years ago. Okay, so
AP history.
Yeah,
video.
well,
I
yeah,
know.
well, you know, you
AP,
don't.
I wasn't in that.
You don't become super lawyer Brad Bernstein by taking
Right.
regular history.
Andrew
Andrew Johnson,
Johnson.
I was right.
You got it.
I was right. Andrew
that.
Johnson. It was right. So yeah, he was the president after Abraham Lincoln. When Abraham Lincoln got assassinated, he was the guy who followed.
I mean, that low key, that's a tough act to follow, though. Abraham Lincoln.
I know, right?
Right. Yeah. No, I get impeached too.
Right. Right. And that's probably why he did get impeached.
So meanwhile, the two people who testified today was George Kent. He was the Deputy Assistant Secretary of State. He was the guy with the nerdy bow tie, right? You watched on the plane.
Yes.
He testified that Trump's personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, another nerdy guy, also a very not a nice person. I know this for a fact because my son 10 years ago, I say this all the time, saw him in Florida before he was part of Trump.
Right.
And he just said, oh, there's Rudy Giuliani, the former mayor. Let me go ask him for a picture. He said, get away from me, kid.
I remember you told me that.
Yeah, so I've never liked him. I've never liked him before he was even part of this.
Right.
I knew he was not a nice person. So he testified that Trump's personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, had a campaign of lies against the former Ukraine ambassador, Yovanovitch, and Volker and Sondland, who were part of Trump's inner circle in the White House, worked with Giuliani on Ukraine. So basically what they testified was there were two different foreign policies going on. One official foreign policy by the State Department in which George Kent and Bill Taylor, the former ambassador, and Yovanovitch, who was the ambassador before Bill Taylor, were doing, which was trying to build up the Ukraine military to fight the Russians, who are our enemies, and to help build institutions in Ukraine, courts, police, civil institutions, so that people can say, you know what, maybe I want to go do business in the Ukraine. Maybe we want, the more that civil institutions are built up, the better a society becomes, the more likely they are to become more integrated into the West and fight those who are our enemies. But nope. What they said was that Giuliani and Sondland and Volker and Perry, who was the energy secretary, who had nothing to do with foreign policy as far as I can tell, were having a separate foreign policy that was overtaking official foreign policy, and that foreign policy was give us dirt on Joe Biden that has already been debunked, that there was some relationship between Joe Biden's son, who is on the board of trustees of this company that was being investigated by the Ukrainians for corruption. We want dirt that Biden and this company and the corruption had something to do with the presidential interference by the Russians, but it was really Ukrainians, and basically try to say that Joe Biden was basically Hillary Clinton 2 years ago. Lock her up. She's a thief, because Trump thought Biden is going to be the guy he's going against. So he was trying to, quote unquote, trump up some stuff on Biden that didn't exist. And he was saying, basically bribing the Ukrainians who needed the military help, $400 million authorized by blackmailing. I'm sorry, I said bribing. Blackmailing the Ukrainians, that you don't get $400 million that's already been authorized by Congress by law till you give us dirt on Joe Biden that doesn't exist. We want you to make stuff up. It would help his re-election, right?
He believes that.
Correct.
He sleeps at night thinking that that's going to help.
Yes. Now, Bill Taylor, the former ambassador and the top U.S. diplomat in Ukraine, corroborated many of the claims made by this whistleblower. Nobody knows who the whistleblower is, whose complaint and subsequent Inspector General's report prompted the inquiry. Now, the Republican defense to all of this is, well, Trump gave him the money. Okay, and this is all about absolutely nothing. This is just Donald Trump is the president. He can have any foreign policy he chooses to have. Now, Bill Taylor, I only watched his initial formal statement. I didn't watch the questioning. But what he said was last week he was actually in the Ukraine. He went to the front lines. The Ukrainians needed every dollar, every arm to fight the Russians. Ukrainian soldiers are dying every day there, fighting the Russians, who have already taken over the equivalent of Texas in the Ukraine.
Wow.
Yeah.
They've already invaded the Ukraine and taken over part of their country. Okay? And we, as the United States of America, want Ukraine to become part of the West. We want them to be integrated as part of the West, which is why actually Putin invaded Ukraine in the first place, because he was scared. He didn't want a former Soviet republic to come to the West. He wanted to keep them in the Ukraine.
Right.
Now Putin says, well, 97% of the Crimeans want Russia to take over that part.
Yep.
But that vote was taken while Russian soldiers had guns at every polling station.
Right.
So how
is that gonna
how is that vote gonna go?
Yeah.
Right. So in the end,
Shady.
the Republicans say, well, Trump can do whatever he wants.
He's president.
He's president, and he gave the money.
Right.
So
and that's confirmed that he paid that.
he did pay that, but he paid it only after the whistleblower blew the whistle.
Right.
And it looked like impeachment proceedings were going to start. He said, okay, then I'm going to pay it. You know what? Just because you try to rob a bank and it didn't happen,
Right.
they have something
Doesn't mean you didn't try to rob
called
a
attempted
bank.
robbery.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. It's still against the law.
It's still against the law. All right. You know what, Yo-Yo? I'm going to shoot you, but I didn't murder you. I missed. All right.
Right.
It's still called
that's
attempted
still
murder.
attempted murder.
That's
You're
right.
still breaking the law.
All right. So we'll see what happens there. But you know what's going to end up happening?
Go ahead, Brad predictions.
Brad prediction,
This
and
should
this
be-
is
this should
no,
be a
Right.
new
this is
segment.
no, but and this is no, everyone's saying this.
Yep.
Okay, he's going to be impeached by the House, and he's going to go to the Senate, unless there's some bombshell that turns 60 to 70% of Americans in favor of impeachment. The Republicans are going to protect him, and it's not going to pass the Senate because you need 67 votes to pass, and it's going to then be appealed. You know who the appeal is? The American public.
Right.
All right, because we're going to have an election in about 10 months.
Yep.
Right.
So really, the appeals board is going to be the
In
American.
another 10 months.
The American public. That's really what it's going to come down
Jeez.
to.
Yeah.
And really, this is just the Democrats laying a foundation to say, don't elect this corrupt
right.
guy.
Again.
Right.
That's
Right.
what. That's
Again.
exactly
right.
what it is.
Don't elect this
honestly.
corrupt guy, because I don't think there's many people who believe, unless there's some bombshell or, as I said, the American public totally turns against him, including conservatives and Republicans, that he's going to actually have to leave office.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, the biggest concern is if there's a close election, Trump may blockade himself in the White House and say, I won, even though he lost.
Right.
What?
But, yes, people are concerned about that.
He's Trump, man. You
Yeah,
just
people
never
are
know what
concerned
this guy's
about
going
How
to
can
do.
you even do that?
Yeah, oh, he could do it. He says I can do it the hell I want, don't you? Did he already say he could already shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and get away with it?
I mean,
Yeah, he sure did.
he's
sure
our
did.
president.
Yeah.
But
All right. Well, in other news, I don't know. Have you guys ever been to Venice, Italy?
Oh,
Venice,
in
Italy,
No,
not
I
Venice,
have not.
California.
Rome.
Not Venice,
You
California.
hear me? Yeah, I was saying local.
Yeah.
Right.
I was
Nah.
like, I would love some sunshine
Yeah.
right now.
Right. Well, Venice is underwater right now.
Oh, wow.
So if you want to make it to Venice
I mean, they're known
before
for gondolas, no?
before they officially changed the name to Atlantis, which they will be shortly changing the name from
Wow.
Venice, Italy to Atlantis,
Oh,
Italy.
no. Oh, look
long
at
has this
that.
been
Better
going
go all week. They are 6.3 feet of water.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
in St. Mark's Square, which is the center of Venice, where their big cathedral is.
Yeah.
It's like saying there's 6.3 feet of water in Central Park, or on Fifth Avenue, or
Jeez.
Park,
Gentlemen,
or
global
just
warming
like
is
just
a real thing.
Yeah, or just in any major city, pick up
Underwater.
Underwater.
Well, I'm a Jersey girl. This is what Hoboken looks like on a regular day.
Right.
But
So Venice,
That's
Venice,
not okay.
even in other areas, people are just wading around there on their knees. But 6.3 feet of water.
Jeez.
Now, residents and tourists can be seen wading through the water in rain boots. The water invaded the ground floors of many of the historic stores and restaurants and hotels. At least 3 vaporettis, which is Venice's public transportation boats, sank.
Yikes.
And then they're basically now on the sidewalk somewhere.
Damn,
but
look at
eventually, when the water recedes, they'll find the boats on the sidewalk.
Yo, you're 6 feet tall.
Yeah,
Yo-Yo
I'm
would be able to go through, but like a
That's
guy like
crazy,
me,
though. I'm tall,
like a
though.
guy like me, forget it.
I don't
I'm
think you
drowning.
make the cut.
I'm drowning in Venice.
That's crazy.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
But Yo-Yo will float.
I'll be okay. No, I can't float, but I can walk through it. I can't float. I don't know why I can't
All right,
float.
we'll work on that.
Now, Italian news outlets reported that at least one man had died by electrocution while trying to pump water from his home.
Yikes.
But Venice is going under.
So,
And they claim that they're going to have these locks that are out in the ocean, but I don't
It's
see
so
how.
do they know what the
This is
like,
global warming.
Yeah.
This is all from
And it's
global warming.
it's such a well-known tourist spot, so hopefully.
So so as a matter of fact, I read that this areas in Bangkok, and other low-lying areas in major cities in 50 years from now aren't going to exist anymore.
wow.
In
Okay?
50 years?
50.
That's
Because it's all going to be underwater because of global warming. And the speed in which global warming is happening and affecting the world is unfathomable to so many people. And we got a guy like Donald Trump who's encouraging coal, who is in favor of the Brazilian president to cut down the Amazon rainforest, in which 20% of the air that we breathe comes
It's
from.
Yep. it's
Okay,
from the
and people
Amazon.
don't realize, and by the way, when this happens, okay, there's no wall big enough that's going to stop people from coming into areas.
Okay, right.
Okay, you
Yep.
can build all the walls you
Right.
want.
Where
They are
will they
getting
source?
over.
That's right. And
Yep.
by the way, we already saw how good that wall was
Right.
on the
With
border.
the
I don't know
$100.
I don't know if you saw, but
No,
the
I haven't.
wall that Donald Trump is building. This was on our show last week. You can go to Home Depot, buy a saw for $100.
literally.
Literally saw right through that wall. And
The
kinda-
epic wall?
The epic
Right.
wall, right. So it doesn't matter how tall you build the wall. With the $100 saw from Home Depot goes right through it.
Right, yep.
Crazy.
And all that money going towards this epic wall.
For nothing.
Where are we at next?
I saw Stephen Miller's a racist, but we know Stephen Miller's a racist. You know who Stephen Miller
We
is?
don't have to talk about it.
We have to talk about it. He's a racist.
We don't have to if we know it.
Yeah,
That's
some
a fact.
some emails have been released that he's a racist, confirming he's a racist. Okay, and dog is lost. All that at 11, right? I mean, we all know this already. All right, presidential candidate Julian Castro escorted a refugee to ICE check-in amid fear of deportation. He is polling at about 1%, so he's at least trying to get the immigrant vote. And that's a nice
and
thing.
pushing.
That's a nice thing that he's actually. I'm just like, well.
Where's your head at?
No. I'm just like, okay, why haven't you been doing? This is the first time you're doing this now that you're running for president. Thank you very much. But come on, a little late to the party. Where have you been doing this?
We have to play the card.
Right,
That time is rolling up.
right. Where have you been doing this before? When you were like a private citizen, were you escorting people to ICE to help them?
Yeah.
Were you helping for immigration? No. All of a sudden he's running for president, and now all of a sudden, yeah, I'm gonna.
Well, I mean, he has to catch the wave. If Trump is against
I don't know.
immigrants.
I just think it's more publicity.
stunt,
I mean,
yeah.
it's all a stunt, and listen, I'm happy he helped this guy.
Yeah.
All right, but I'm like, come on. You know what? Don't just do one time and then because you're running for president. He escorted some guy to ICE. Don't deport him.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely in my opinion, because that's all I can give is my opinion. That's
So this guy, his name, Julian Castro, who's running for president. The guy who he escorted to ICE is Jose Robinson Palacios. He was here legally in the United States for 3 months after fleeing Honduras. Right now, he's fighting an asylum case, so his immigration status is considered high risk. That's why the community says they felt the need to ensure he wasn't detained. Jose left Honduras on a migrant caravan last year. This was his second ICE check-in, and he not only went with Julian Castro, who was a presidential candidate, he also went with the Catholic Worker House advocates. They gathered around him and took the time to pray over him before escorting him to the ICE facility in Cedar Rapids. So we had prayer groups and a president. Not a president, a presidential candidate. You know who's running for president?
Who?
Who is running for president?
Take a guess who's running for president. Already declaring for 2024.
2024.
I already know about this.
We haven't even got, yep, this
I
guy right
already
here.
know. Kanye West.
Kanye West, he was...
The new Jesus.
Yes, Mr. Yeezys, right?
Right.
With the sneakers.
That's who he is.
Mr. Yeezys, right?
Oh,
I have
God,
a pair or
look at
two
that.
of those.
Right. So, by the way...
And this is
Not
my
in
headshot.
2020, though.
What? No,
2024.
I wanted to buy a pair of Yeezys.
Okay.
For-
Tell us about
For
that.
myself.
Okay. Okay.
Why would you have not thought they were for him, Yo-Yo?
Probably for his
who
son.
am I buying
For your
for
son.
I want to buy a pair for Yo-Yo.
Listen, I would love a pair of Yeezys.
And then-
Love.
and
What
then
happened?
I went and I saw the prices.
Exactly.
I'm like, what are you out of your mind? Because my son says, Dad, you know what you need? You need a pair of Yeezys.
Oh, he's trying to
Why
get you
did
hip.
Why did he say that to you? Did he
Because
want
because
you to
I'm
be like a
because
cooler dad.
yeah
'cause
because
you're
I'm
already a
because I'm
cool
wearing
dad?
because I'm wearing like the 19. I swear to, I'm not even making this up. I have like the $99 Air Jordans, from like.
Back in the day.
But they're like, like 99 bucks, $110, whatever.
Right.
And my son's like, Dad, that is like so uncool. You're like wearing sneakers from like 30 years ago.
At least they're
But they're
Jordans.
classic.
Yeah,
Right.
I like them. I thought they were cool. So he's like, so he took me down to this place in Soho that like resells.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's when you have to get
know
it
what I'm
connected.
talking about, right?
I
You know
have
what I'm
a
talking
sneaker
about,
plug.
right?
He delivers it to my door
so
for
he's like,
retail price.
he brought me
There
like,
you
you
go.
got to knock on the door. They go, who's there?
Oh, what?
It's
Real
like a drug
sketch.
deal. But it's all sneakers in there. There's no drugs. And then
But you would think
you
while
would
it's
think,
happening.
Right.
there's
So
something
I
saying-
went, I tried them on, and the guy was like, it's like $800. I go, I'm not paying $900 for sneakers. What are you out of your mind?
Those are the
Well, it's
Yeezys.
all going to go to
So
Kanye's
it's all
presidential election.
exactly.
That's exactly where it's going.
So during this discussion, Kanye, he was in New York at Fast Company Innovation Festival's 5th annual gathering. He sat alongside Stephen Smith, the lead designer for Kanye West Yeezy shoes. So the two of them were being interviewed. And during that discussion, Kanye just veered off topic like he
Right.
normally does.
Right.
Right? And he goes,
So
quote,
awkward.
we have a quote, we have the video, let's watch. It's okay.
When I run for president in 2024, we're going to definitely know what y'all laughing at.
Like, do you
He
see how
was so
serious?
serious.
He was very serious. He's dead serious.
So
His
awkward
face
though.
changed.
Like
I wish
everybody
I
was
just paused it there.
right.
No, it's okay. So he has a slogan now, apparently.
What
is it?
already?
Keep America great again.
The
It's not
originality in that
it's
one.
not keep America. It's not
Not make
America great.
It's keep.
It's keep America
Is this
great.
serious?
I am serious. That's his new. That is
his
his new
campaign
campaign slogan. Keep America great again. For Yo-Yo and Vanessa.
Right. Nah, I'm good. I'm good, Yeezy. Just make music.
Yeah, I mean, come on. And finally, before we get into our Hump Day news, here's a public service announcement. Sexually transmitted diseases are at an all-time high in the United States of America.
Yikes.
Wow.
Yikes is
We
right.
all need to slow our roll.
Yikes
Okay.
is
Out
right.
there.
So for the 5th consecutive year, combined cases of gonorrhea, chlamydia, syphilis have risen in the United States. And the CDC found that the states with the highest rates, this is where you should not be
Which
having
ones?
unprotected sex.
Which states
I
are
think
these?
New York and DC.
Nope, Alaska, Mississippi,
What?
and Nevada.
Places where there's nothing else to do.
That's right. Make babies, right?
Nevada, I mean,
Yeah.
there's still Vegas there. There's some things to
Well,
do.
that's
Nevada,
probably why in
I
Vegas.
get. Nevada, I
Alaska's
get.
just cold. They have to stay warm.
Yes, Alaska,
Exactly.
you're out in the woods with the bears,
Body
you know?
heat.
Right.
Right? What are you going to do? There's bears, there's berries. I don't know what else to do out in Alaska.
It's literally cuddle season like the
Right.
entire
All
year.
year round.
Yeah, because
You call that.
and there's salmon. You got salmon, berries, and bears,
Right.
and sex. I mean, it's really
Still
that's all you need
bear
to do.
sex.
Do
Look.
we have?
You really took New York there. You threw them out there.
I thought New York and DC was going to be in that.
By the way, we started Hump Day. Do we have any camels? Are there
Oh
camels?
yeah, I was like,
where are the camels?
we're already getting
It's
into
Wednesday.
Hump Day.
Maestro, can you bring in some camels, please? It's Hump Day.
I
Where's it
think
at?
Maestro's definitely gonna way to be. That's gonna way to go. That's
Yeah,
the way to go.
yeah. Because yesterday I was asking.
he is.
There he is.
There he
There's
is.
the camels. Wait. By the way, Maestro has disappearing camels.
Yeah,
You notice
right.
All of a sudden they just disappear in the middle.
Magical
Maestro's
camels.
gonna
Yes.
get us with a few special effects. So let it rock.
You know who Suzanne Summers is?
Yeah, of course.
Suzanne
Yeah,
Summers?
she was on Three's Company and
Hump Day.
Three's Company, and then Step by Step.
It's Hump
Oh, I
Day.
don't know. I don't know about Step
She's
by
the
Step.
thigh master.
She's the thigh master.
Yeah.
Correct.
Step by Step. That was TGIF.
Do you know what her
yeah.
name was on Three's Company?
Wait. Christy.
Chrissy.
Dang,
Chrissy, right.
Chrissy and Janet.
Right. And,
Right.
and John Ritter,
That's
who's dead now.
throwback.
Yeah.
And
Okay, Hump. Right in front of the camera doesn't want to
right in
leave.
front of Suzanne Summers.
Suzanne did not
Right.
deserve
So
that. There she
she's
goes.
73 years
Wow.
old.
Oh, wow.
And she's bearing it all. She posed in her birthday suit on Instagram to celebrate. She's still looking really good.
Yeah, the
At
thigh.
73.
Oh, wow.
Now, according to Summers, okay, she's married to Alan Hamill, who's 83 years old.
Wow.
Okay, and according to Summers, the couple, they married in 1977. What makes her still so young?
Sex.
They have sex
Yep.
twice a day.
Yeah.
You knew
wow.
about
Twice
that
a day?
Twice a day. Yes.
She looked like that type of girl.
Right. Yeah. This man must be popping 83 years old. He
Right.
must be popping about
Wow.
12
There's no
Viagras.
shame in their bedroom,
right. Like
baby.
every hour, there's a Viagra going. Right.
Not gonna lie, they're
we
good
don't know their
but
life.
they're a good
Or
looking
maybe he
older
doesn't
couple.
need Viagra.
Maybe he doesn't.
Maybe he doesn't.
That
I
ain't
don't
our
know.
business.
Right.
Yeah.
They're
Right. I don't
good-
know. I just assume at 83 you would. Right.
You know what happens when you assume Uncle
You
Brad?
make an ass out of you and me, right? Yeah. So she says, I thought, wow, what a great thing, she says, because men have had Viagra, but this is actually, oh wait, she claims it's not Viagra.
Oh,
So you
so
gotta
that
keep
is
on
a
reading.
secret.
Yes, that adding PT 141 shots, typically used to treat low sexual desire in cases without an underlying medical or emotional cause, has helped her get in the mood. What is a PT 141?
Now
It is also known as bremelanotide or Vilesi. Okay.
But is it like an IV? Like, have you seen how now you can,
look.
with an IV, you get like vitamins and things like that?
I don't
They
know
do,
how-
like
how-
IV insert.
That
I
look
can
like
see
that look
being
like
a
you just
thing.
like take a shot
You take
and
a shot
like an
like
insulin.
like a heroin person?
That's what it looked like.
Really? I don't know. So
I
she
don't
does
know about all
things
that.
up.
I don't know about sticking needles in me to have sex. You know,
Yeah,
that sounds
I mean,
a
but
little
it's
much.
obviously working for them.
It's keeping them young.
So she says, wow, what a great thing, because men have had Viagra, but this is actually a shot for both men and women, and it's not a drug. It just stimulates that part of your brain that says, hey, I'm in the mood.
Let's get it on.
Now, Yonathan, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you need those daily shots to be in the mood?
Yes, I do. I thought you were gonna ask like a real question, like, would you do it when you're 83?
Yonathan, let me ask you, Yonathan,
Yes,
let me ask you another question.
it's so hard for me to have sex.
Okay,
So.
how old are you right now?
35.
35 years. When you're 36, will you be needing these shots?
Yes, absolutely.
Wow,
I needed it when I was 25.
Forget 83.
All right, so now, there is a doctor. His name is a woman by the name of Sherry Ross. She's a woman's health expert and author of Sheology. And she thinks, because we got to make sure that we make this clear what this drug does.
Mm-hmm.
She thinks that Summers is setting a good example by speaking out about her sex life, but she cautions that not everyone may enjoy the same effects from the medication. Now this doctor describes the FDA-approved Vilesi, also known as PT-141, as the new kid on the block to help boost a woman's sex drive. Noting that the self-administered injection is typically used for premenopausal women. It is an injection.
Yep.
But now Suzanne Summers says that the husband's taking it too.
So they just shooting
It's
each
a
other
party.
up.
They're just
It's a
shooting each other
party.
up, and they're
It's
like,
a
all right, take
party.
your clothes off. Let's
It's
It's
go.
like forget steroids. Let's get some good stuff.
Wow.
Julie said in my ear, shoot and shag. It's a new thing.
Ooh.
So that's what's going
You gotta
on.
do what you gotta do, man. You gotta keep the love alive.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not mad at it because, you know, everybody needs
And
love.
you never know. Listen, we're in a place where people use different platforms. You never know who she will inspire.
I think she'll inspire a lot of people.
She might revive.
She will inspire a lot of
She is
people.
a voice.
She looks really good.
She does.
I don't think I would need a shot of PT-141 if she was my wife.
She She also has a lot of like confidence and stuff as well. So like I feel like
but
like,
she's been a sex symbol for her whole life.
has.
So she has that. So she has
right.
that ego.
Yeah.
So
right.
that's probably why that lady was
But
saying it's
again,
not going to be the
look at
same.
that.
Wait, listen. That's
That
probably why
throwback.
that lady was saying that it won't have the same effect for everybody. You know what I mean?
you know-
Because she's always been that type of girl.
Right,
you know?
right. But if you
Case
see
for
some,
case.
yeah, I mean, you see some other, people who are that age, they don't look as good.
Right.
Right? You may need like triple shots
Okay.
of PT.
Let me just drink it.
I don't know.
Shot.
Shit.
Come on,
Yeah,
Yonathan.
I know.
This is a
I
PG
just-
show. This
Let's
is a
keep the
PG
hump day
show.
going.
All right.
Y'all are having too
So,
much
by the way, if anybody out there in the Brad Squad was getting any ideas about doing any, like sex emojis while we're talking about Hump Day news, well, Facebook and Instagram, they are now banning commonly used sex emojis.
There goes the eggplant.
Yes.
And there goes
Right.
the peach.
Now, this is nothing new on Facebook and also on Instagram, has taken their sexual censorship, however, to a new level. This time banning posts that use common sexual emojis, which includes eggplants,
Totally knew it. That was gonna be the
Peaches.
first one to go.
water drips,
See?
and
the water
maybe some other things as well. Now, the new rule comes from Section 16 of Community Standards in Facebook under sexual solicitation. Okay, so make sure you know this for your Instagram posts, Yonathan.
Right. Well, I don't
Vanessa.
post those for my
I don't know
Instagram
what you guys
posts.
post. In the introduction of the new criteria, Facebook notes that they draw the line when content facilitates, encourages, or coordinates sexual encounters between adults. We are not encouraging any of that.
No eggplant emojis, guys.
Okay, now
Keep it clean. PG.
in where did this happen with this Frisbee lady? Do you know about the Frisbee lady?
I do.
You do know about this
I
Frisbee
know a little
lady.
bit about it.
So this woman was playing a harmless game of Frisbee with her husband in Loveland. Believe it or not, Loveland is the name of the town. How ironic, in
Right.
Loveland, Colorado. And it was pretty hot out. It was the summer. So the husband took off his shirt, says, you know what, I'm hot.
Right.
And his 20-year-old wife, Effie Croco, says, well, if you're allowed to take your shirt off, I'm going to take my shirt off
There you
too.
go.
And they were both playing topless Frisbee football in their front yard. Now, the police were called when concerned neighbors said there's somebody topless running around, somebody in the front yard throwing a Frisbee. And she got arrested.
That's some trifling
got
stuff.
She got arrested. So she took her case all the way to court. And it turns out that she was a constitutional scholar all along. Because
She knew what she
the
was
10th
doing.
Circuit said that if a man's allowed to take off his shirt, then a woman should be allowed to take off her shirt as well. So
I
in-
agree.
So in Loveland, Colorado,
I
and in any
agree.
jurisdiction of the 10th Circuit, which is out there in the Midwest,
Yep.
you can go topless all day long because a man can as well.
As a feminist, I stand by her and her topless Frisbee game.
Have you ever played topless?
I have not. I have not.
But if you wanted to, but now you're inspired. Okay. So
I have.
you have
That's so
Yes.
funny.
with women or just men? Both.
I mean, both.
Both. I mean,
Nude beaches.
Nude
I go to
beaches.
nude beaches.
I
Well,
went.
look at how far your cultural expansion goes.
Absolutely.
I went to a
What is
nude
that?
beach once. It was very uncomfortable.
Were you nude?
I was.
Look at you. Look at
Europe?
Well, I was not in Europe. It was actually
That's
the
what makes it
Caribbean.
more
It was
interesting.
actually the Caribbean.
Yeah.
And I had to hike across a mountain to get there. And I got there, and there was like some naked people down.
Right,
like,
no biggie.
Yeah, but then it was very uncomfortable to be in your bathing suit
Yeah.
while
And-
everybody
and
else
is naked.
It was actually more. So I'm like,
Uncomfortable.
all right.
Hey.
And I went running into the ocean. And then I'm like, I don't know, maybe my pecker's gonna get bitten by a shark or something. I didn't know what was gonna happen. And I'm sitting
You
there.
weren't taking your chances that day.
Yeah, I'm sitting there. I'm like, boy, I feel like a fool sitting here, naked in the ocean. And I sat there for about 3 minutes.
You're not
like,
supposed to think about it,
I
Brad.
know.
Right.
No,
You're just
well,
supposed to live in the nude
you-
moment.
well, yeah, I'm not a moment person. If anybody knows, Brad
This is true.
Bernstein's never in the moment.
This
Okay,
is true.
Brad Bernstein's all over the place, but
Right.
never in the moment. So after about 3 minutes, I ran out of the ocean, put my bathing suit on. I said, I'm going back to the regular beach.
Oh.
All the nudists were like, loser.
Exactly. But meanwhile, a couple from Germany, they filed a lawsuit against a cruise company. They were booted off the ship for loud sex. Can you imagine?
Wow.
The cruise company has offered a different version of the events now. The couple, they're identified as Renata F. and her husband, left their 2-week Caribbean cruise with TUI Cruises on April 1st. On the first night, the couple said they made love in the cabin, but they subsequently got into a verbal argument with each other after their sexual encounter. Renati said that the balcony door was open during their lovemaking session, during which she admitted to being quite loud.
The makeup sex.
Yes. Otherwise, the couple said they caused no damage to their room. They basically had a lot of makeup sex, right? Shortly after, the manager with TUI visited the couple's cabin with security and allegedly informed the two that the captain had decided to remove them from the boat.
I think the captain was just hating.
Yeah.
Right.
Probably
they
not
say
getting
they
good
were left
sex.
in Barbados in the early hours of April 2nd and told to find their own way back
Ooh.
to Germany.
What?
Yeah, that's now in a
that's
statement to
trifling.
Fox News, TUI Cruises will not confirm why the couple was removed from the ship, only saying that the couple was removed for their safety and the safety of others. What do you think they were doing? Like having unsafe sex? They were having sex off the balcony?
No, I'm telling you, I think that they was just hating.
Yeah.
The captain was like, I can't have this kind of lovemaking on my ship.
Since I'm not having it.
Now, TUI, exactly.
Figure it out.
That TUI further said the cruise line reserves the right to remove any guests in exceptional cases and at the company's discretion. The couple is now suing TUI for the cost of the cruise, as well as the flights, the lodging, other expenses incurred while trying to organize transportation home from Barbados. They also flying home got into the Mile High Club and were thrown off the plane as well. It's amazing.
Yeah,
I'm making that up.
I was like, no, there's no way these people's luck took them there.
Grandma's talking about couldn't happen to a Jamaican. That ship would turn over.
Right.
That's strong back.
We have someone in the comments asking if it was a nude beach in Jamaica, Brad.
It was not Jamaica. I don't want to go further. It was not Jamaica, but it was a Caribbean island. I did have to climb over a mountain to get there.
You know you've already opened Pandora's box. So.
Right. We'll leave it to y'all's imagination at home.
All right. Meanwhile, a photo of a starfish has... do not do starfish. That European city's X-rated tourism ad has won the International Travel Award. Apparently, we didn't know this, but now it's been confirmed, sex sells. Okay, we never knew this before.
Right.
Now,
new knowledge.
Yeah, new knowledge. A cheeky X-rated advertisement for little visited Vilnius, which is the capital of Lithuania, won an International Travel and Tourism Gold Award this week. The tourist-targeted advertisement, which initially received mixed reactions, calls Vilnius the G-spot of Europe, with the edgy tagline reading, "Nobody knows where it is, but when you find it, it's amazing."
Oh, God.
Well, if that's not intriguing, and if you're not asking yourself what's going on in Lithuania after that,
now a follow-up.
A lot of ladies taking girls trips to Lithuania.
Well, I don't know if it's ladies, men, everybody.
Right. Oh, you're right.
Yeah. Now a follow-up ad showed a tourist overcome with ecstasy standing in front of the building in the capital. Let's watch. Do we have it? Maybe.
It's loading.
It's loading.
What?
All right, now.
Exactly. You got to go there to find out.
Yeah,
what
now
the
the
rest is about.
advertisement, which was created to attract a more millennial audience, was met with a lot of backlash. The Advertising Standards Authority concluded the ad was not exploitive or degrading to the female character used and thus dismissed the complaints. What do you think, Yonathan?
I can't with the music. That's all I know. The music is killing me.
Yeah,
it's like Ron Jeremy porn.
All right, so this is really gross. It only happens in the United Kingdom.
Of course.
Okay.
I haven't been to the UK, but I think it's going to be great.
This is gross. A British man, he tried to have sex with a traffic cone inside a train station elevator, ended up not going to jail, but went to drug rehab instead. This is news.
Wow.
Now, 2 workers at the Wigan
We're
Northwestern
sharing it.
Station. This is here. Of course, this only happens, by the way, when you get to
UK.
UK has the weirdest sex stories ever. 2 workers at the Wigan Northwestern Station in Greater Manchester observed Trevor Smith, 48, thrusting his hips as he sat on the elevator floor. There he is. Here he is. With his pants and underwear pulled down on April 14th.
Oh, full face.
Yeah, Smith told cops who discovered him atop the cone with the residue of white powder on his face that his trousers had simply fallen down.
They have simply fallen down on their own.
Oh, so by the way, when I first read this, I get it now. When I first read this, I thought that he was sticking the cone up his rectum.
No, I thought that he
now,
was sticking his
obviously
peen
there's a hole
into the hole.
There's a hole in the cone.
My mind went there. Your mind went
the other way.
The other way.
I didn't realize there was a hole in the cone until just now.
Me and Yonathan were like front
I
center.
knew exactly.
Right. I'm thinking to myself, that had to hurt.
Yeah. So one of the people who found him said, I believe he was trying to have sex with the cone. I was in complete shock. I have not seen anything like that in my entire life working on the trains. One of the men said Smith was clearly under the influence of drugs at the time. Smith told investigators he spent the hours leading up to the incident boozing it up and coking it up.
At a pub. He just casually...
At a pub, exactly.
His pants casually fell down, and he just casually ends up at a pub. Why not?
And finally, boy, just even the friction of that's got to hurt, right?
Yeah, that's what I was
think about the friction of that.
I'm like, wait, why did Brad go back there? I'm still stuck up here.
The friction of that's got to hurt. And
you
know how dirty that cone is?
It wasn't a smooth cone.
This is why gonorrhea is spreading rapidly. People are having sex with cones.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, finally, a photo of a starfish with a big butt has gone viral. The photo posted by Twitter user at Baby Soju shows a starfish at the aquarium of the Pacific in Long Beach, California. The sea creature has 2 lumps that make it appear as if it has a large backside. Oh, I see it.
Oh, he's kind of thick.
He's definitely twerking in that.
Yeah, now quite a few commentators drew comparisons to the SpongeBob SquarePants starfish character Patrick, who often proudly displays his prominent, rounded bottom.
We found him.
Yes.
That's
Patrick Star.
That's him.
Now, experts were quick to point out that the butt isn't quite what it seems. It's actually not a starfish at all.
Oh.
It's a vermilion sea star found near low tide lines and on the rocky sea bottom in the eastern Pacific Ocean, with their range extending from the Baja, California, all the way to Venice Beach, California. There, we bring Venice Beach right back in.
Right, see?
Right
See
back
how our
in.
news goes
Right
round
back
and
in to end it. And that is our Hump Day for today. Vanessa, you made it through Hump Day.
I did. I liked that, though. This was, this spiced up my Wednesday.
All right. Why don't you tell everybody what they need to do while I stretch and get ready and wipe my brow here to answer everybody's immigration questions. Yes.
Right. All right. Guys, now this is
Jill,
the time.
Can you bring in the code, please, while I'm waiting?
No cone.
No cones.
This is but what we do need you guys to all start your watch parties right now. This is where we are going to start answering questions. This is like the meat and potatoes of this show. So in order to start the watch party, all you have to do is click the little share button. Right under it, it'll say start a watch party, host a watch party. It will say how many friends you have online. That will literally send a notification ding to every single one of them right now.
And that's on Facebook.
And that's on Facebook. So I need you guys to all do that right now. And once you do that, I want you to confirm in the comment section, say, I started my watch party. And I want you guys to host that watch party. Host it and hold it down in that watch party because you are the Brad of your watch party. All right? So like I said, in order to start it, click share. Right under it says host a watch party. It will go straight to your page. All your friends will go in the comments. They're going to talk about the show. They're going to talk about the videos that we're talking about. They're going to be like, what is this about? I need you guys to school them, all right? And what are we going to do on YouTube?
By the way, I just want to say, Dawn Harriet's like, what a hump day. I can't believe this, right?
Yeah, what a hump day.
What a hump day.
Why are you guys watching on YouTube alone? Make sure that you first like our page, subscribe, and share with everyone online. Let them know that we are on here. Our Hump Day news has passed, and Uncle Brad's about to answer all those immigration questions for you guys, and we want to share as much knowledge as we can. So make sure you like, subscribe, and share on YouTube.
Absolutely, and this is what you guys have all been waiting for. This is where you call in We're gonna wait until the subscribe is gone.
Did we just have camels come back through again?
Yes. They're out of the cage.
They're going back in the cage.
They're not trying to go in.
They want to continue Hump Day.
Yeah, absolutely. But we gotta do the next segment, and this is it, where you guys call in and get your answers to your immigration questions.
By the way, I don't see anybody starting any watch parties today.
Cordella Douglas did.
Yeah. Anybody else?
No.
Just one person.
Let's go, squad. What's going
What's
on
up
today?
with that? What's up with that?
It's real foul.
Should I just not answer questions until we get at least 3 or 4 watch parties
I think
going?
that'll get some angry
Okay, let's
folks,
do
so
that.
I want
You want to get people angry? We were having too much fun. They're going to do it anyway. Let me just start answering immigration questions. All right, we got Simone in Lipona, Georgia. Simone.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, actually, I was
you.
calling because I have an issue.
Yes.
Actually, I came up as a visitor,
Right.
and I took sick where I had to go to surgery, which they have to go through the valve in my vein, through my
gosh.
hip to open the valve, so they'd have to take the baby
you had
breathing.
heart surgery.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
And
So
then
what, you
after,
had a stent put in, or you had open heart surgery?
yeah, actually having a mitral valve.
Mitral valve. Okay. I'm sorry to hear
Yes,
that. How are
sir.
you feeling?
I'm feeling good so far, but
Okay.
I have to go to the doctor like every 2 weeks to get my INR check, and I have to get a monthly shot.
Right.
No, I'm going to this hospital, Grady, where they're saying that maybe I have to do a next surgery.
Right.
But I send in for extension. Our first surgery that I do, it was in Maryland, but I have to transfer over to here because where I was just staying with a friend. So
Right.
I moved down here, staying with my cousin in Georgia. So that's when I start going to Grady. But my issue
What
is
did you say on your extension for your visitor's visa when you applied for it? What did you say the reason why you needed to stay here?
medical
You
issue.
said medical. And they probably asked you how you're going to pay for all of this, right? Or no?
Well, no, they didn't.
Okay, good.
But when I moved from Maryland, the doctor said I could fly the 1st of December, but I have to leave from Maryland in September. So when I got here, I have to do the change of address and stuff. So they sent me a letter saying that I need a affidavit of support. When I get the affidavit,
I'm lost on your story now. You filed for an extension. You need another. You need another. Who's they? You filed for a second extension of your visitor's visa. Is that what you did?
repeat for me, please.
You filed for an extension. Okay. Did you get that approved?
Well, when I get it approved, I get it in this year. When I get it approved, the approval was only for 2018.
All right. So by the time they sent the approval, it was past the 6 months that you had requested.
Right.
And now you're out of status.
Right.
Okay. So what you would need to do, is file. You can do one of two things. I'm not sure which one we would do off the top of my head, not because I don't know which way to go. I'm just trying to think strategically what would be the better way. But your two choices would be either to file a late application to put you back into status because of a medical condition that prevented you from doing this, if you were truly hospitalized and incapacitated, or alternatively, you can file for deferred enforced departure, meaning that although you're out of status, don't send me home, don't order me deported because I have these medical issues. You can do either one or both. I'm not, I'm thinking, there's pros and cons of each. I think the best bet is to have a further consultation with me and let's figure out which is the best option for you. Okay? So hold on 1 second, all right?
Okay.
All right. And by the way, just so you know, the pros and cons are, if you keep saying on a visitor's visa, I'm here for medical, they're going to say, well, who's paying for all of this? On deferred enforced departure, they're still going to ask, except ultimately when your medical condition is resolved and you go home, you're going to have trouble getting a new visa to come back. So I'm not sure which is the better option for you. So hold on 1 second, okay?
Okay.
All right. Let's go to Andel in Brooklyn. Andel.
Hello.
Hi, Angel.
Right?
How are you? Yes.
I'm doing fine. I want to ask you a question about our friend.
Uh-huh.
We have this friend came in to New York this year, March 3rd, yeah. But his wife, he married to his wife May the 10th. But they were together from last year when he visited when was his visit.
All right, so he came
He visited
February.
last year?
1 second. He came February 3rd and married March 10th?
No, March 3rd. March 3rd.
And when did he come?
He came March 3rd.
When did he get married?
He married May the 10th.
Okay, May the 10th. So he got married in
Yeah.
about 9 weeks after he came.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
so
the lady, his wife they were together from the year 2018 when he was
that's
visiting
fabulous.
first.
When he wants to file an adjustment, he's may need a waiver.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
But
if you get
he filed adjustment in October.
Great.
So and he get his mail to go and do his biometric sometime month end.
Great. You have a question here, or you want me to, or a statement? Because if it's just a statement, I'll tell you what I think. If you have a question, I'm happy to answer it.
Yeah, it's both a question I'm asking. What if he's in good health, or is he all right?
No, he's not all right. No, he's not all right. He got married within 90 days of his entry. They're going to presume that he came to the United States for purposes of getting married and getting a green card. And it's for him, even though they were because they were in a relationship before, that even makes it even more likely that's the case. Not less likely, more likely. And even though he waited beyond 90 days to file his adjustment application, the fact is you can't come on a visitor's visa for purposes of getting married. If you want to, even though the sun comes up, even though it's cold, even though it's warm, even though nothing. It's 90 days. It's a hard and fast rule. So you can go even though 1 million different reasons. If you come on a visitor's visa and you get married within the first 90 days, the presumption is you are coming to get married, and therefore you misrepresented what the purpose of you entering the United States. If you are coming to get married within 90 days of entry into America, they have something called a K-1 visa. By the way, I'm on your side. I'm not on their side. I'm just telling you what the government says. They say go get a fiance visa. So if you get married...
that would be like what, 60, 68 days after he arrives?
Something like, whatever it is. You have to wait 90 days. Okay? It sounds like it's about 9 weeks from March 3rd to May 10th.
I think it's 68 days.
All right, so
68 days is not enough.
Okay, it's not enough. So, at the interview, the immigration officer, if the immigration officer does their job right, is going to say, what was your intention of coming to America? Were you coming to get married? And if the answer is anything other than somehow some miracle...
Actually,
go tell me the truth.
He's not even the one who purchased the ring. His wife purchased the ring. It's when he arrived,
Okay, so he can explain the situation. When I came to the United States, I was coming to visit, and my wife had me get married after the fact. It was never my intention. You could go through all of that, and if you're believable, great. But most likely, they're going to make you file a waiver. So hold on 1 second, all right? But that's really what it is.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. That's the law. Okay.
So even though he used a lawyer, the lawyer never know that truth, that she could tell him that?
Even though he used a lawyer and the lawyer didn't tell him,
he used a lawyer.
Okay, just because you come to America and you don't know the law doesn't forgive you from not following the law. So, it's like you go, where are you from? Where's the guy from?
He came from Jamaica.
Okay, so let's say I go to Jamaica, okay, and I come from Mars, and I go and rob a bank in Jamaica. Well, where I come from, it's no big deal. People rob banks all the time. Donald Trump does it every day. Yeah. Okay, but in Jamaica, it's a crime. Yeah. So just because you didn't know it was a crime doesn't mean you don't go to jail. It's not. It's a crime. Yeah. I mean, although None of this is a crime. It's just a civil offense, and you're going to need to file a waiver. I'm just telling you, how the law works.
So my next question, brother, why the lawyer never disclosed that to him when she started to do his paperwork?
I don't know why the lawyer didn't tell him.
Because he was saying it to me, but because I always watch your show, I was telling him about the 90 days. So I said, I want to call you.
Why did the lawyer tell him? Why, Magic 8 Ball, did the lawyer know? I don't know. Let him come see me. If he may not need a waiver, he may. It depends on whether they buy his story or not at the interview. So hold on one second, all right? All right, let's go to Richie in Queens. Richie.
Hold on. Can you call back?
Richie. Boop. Boop, boop. Goop, 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 goop. James in Minneapolis, Maryland. James. Minnesota.
Hello. Yeah.
How are you?
I'm doing good. What about you?
Good, good. What can I do to help you?
All right. So I got an RFE on September for I-130A and then joint sponsorship. I took care of those. Matter of fact, I got 2 joint sponsors and then submitted my paperwork. And on the 4th, when I checked my status online, they had sent me another RFE. And then again on the 12th, I checked my status on the line again, thinking perhaps the first one on the 4th might have been a system glitch. They sent another RFE again on the 12th, so I'm here confused because I haven't received the one they sent on the 4th, and then now on the 12th they sent another one again.
The 4th
so it's like
of what month and what year?
Of this month, 12th November and 4th November of this month.
Okay.
So of this month and this year.
All right. So hopefully it'll come in the mail in the next few days. I'm just as confused as you are. Obviously you're doing something wrong. I just don't know what it is. If you don't get anything in the mail in about 2 weeks from the time that they claim that they mailed it out, then I would contact immigration. But I don't know. You're asking me why don't you get the mail and what's in the mail. I don't know either of those answers.
No, I'm just calling to ask if it's normal for you to submit an RFE and then get multiple RFEs after that.
No, generally, if you submit first of all, these days they don't even give RFEs anymore. Generally, they just deny you. But it is not normal to get 2 RFEs. If you screw up the first RFE, you usually get a denial. So if you got a second RFE, lucky you if you screwed up. Or perhaps it's a mistake on the computer. I don't know the answer.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right. Why didn't I get the mail? And what's in it? I don't know. Okay, but no, generally you don't get 2 RFEs. What's going on in social media, guys?
All right, guys. The first 5 questions that we are asking on social media, me asking, there we go. The first 5 questions that we are asking on social media are from the Brad Squad Facebook fan page. So what you guys need to do is you need to click that link that we're going to put in the comment section right now and make sure that you click join so you can have this incentive. You'll be the first 5 people that we will actually answer your questions. So the first one comes from Kajela McKenzie saying, please squeeze me in tonight, sir. Sir B.
Okay.
See, we got you.
Okay, we got you.
All right, now my priority date for my I-130 has passed July 12th, 2018. However, my husband was a PR when he became a citizen April 2019. I did my AOS in April also. Haven't heard anything about my EAD card as it relates to the I-130. I received a transfer notice July 26, 2019 to NBC. I'm in Broward, Florida.
Okay, so she was married to an LPR. LPR is a lawful permanent resident.
Just as PR.
Permanent resident?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's different from the LPR, right?
Well, PR is you're either married to a public relations expert, a Puerto Rican, or a permanent resident. Those are the only 3 things that I can
discussed
I would say you're a permanent resident, right? And then they became a United States citizen. He filed his adjustment application. He went for an interview in April. He still hasn't gotten his work permit, and they transferred the case back to the National Benefits Center. That's very confusing to me why that would happen. Something sounds screwy across the board. You should have gotten a work permit for sure. Once you got an interview, it doesn't go back to the National Benefits Center. You should be, unless they approve the I-130 and denies your adjustment. Then it would go, but I don't know what happened. You would need to have a consultation. We would have to look into it.
Alrighty, and then we continue on Instagram. I have Josh.
Instagram?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
On Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
So slid into our DMs is Josh Lade. He says, hello, Brad. My wife filed an I-130 for me in 2016. It was approved in 2018, and notification has been mailed, though I didn't receive it. Her N-400 interview is next month. Please, how do we upgrade the case? Do we have to call USCIS or just file a 1485? And then he says, secondly, can she support me if she makes $27,000 with a child?
All right, so if you're in the United States and she becomes a citizen, just file the I-45 with the I-130 approval. That you don't have to notify anything, just file the adjustment. As far as $27,000 with a child, that's a family of 3. Under the current law, you should be okay.
All right, Daniel.
And by the way, just so you know, for people, our Instagram account is @BradshawLive. You can apparently, I didn't know this, but now we are answering questions off of Instagram as well on our show.
Our DM and
we
it was on my screen.
We've always
answering off of Instagram.
Yeah, absolutely.
@BradshawLive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've always.
That's where I got that one.
Wow, I didn't know that.
If you don't
Really?
know,
All right, well. Oh, here's the memo, Brad. By the way, for the last 1 year, we've been answering questions.
Yeah.
I see the memo now.
Oh, okay,
I missed it.
all right.
Okay.
All right, Daniello saying, what documents do I need to show in a green card interview from EB3 visa?
From an EB3 visa?
Yes.
So I guess she's getting sponsored in a job. So the number one thing they want to know is, are you going to be working in the job where you're supposed to be working? So a job letter would be the number one thing you need. A promise of employment from your sponsor.
With like a letterhead?
Yeah, describing your job description, what you're going to get paid. You need to bring in your references of experience to show that you have prior experience, that you qualify for this job, whether you're qualifying it based on degrees, college degrees, or work experience. I don't know what else her case is about, but those are the two things that you need in your specific case. What else do you need? I mean, you need your birth certificates, I guess, and marriage certificates, and divorce decrees, and I don't know what else your case is about, though.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's like I'm told I need a surgery. Please describe exactly how you would conduct this surgery.
Yeah, that's not good.
So, right. That was basically the question.
Alrighty, so from Leandro Allardyce, if you file for a child and spouse when you're a green card holder, then 1 year into filing, you become a citizen. How long does that filing now takes to complete?
You filed for a green card holder. You're now a citizen. Who are they filing for?
It says if you file for a child and spouse.
Child and spouse.
Yep.
Where is the child and spouse?
We do
not know. Okay, if the child and spouse, let's assume the child and spouse are in another country.
Yep, let's take it there.
Okay. First of all, the child falls off the case. So then you got to file a separate I-130 for that child. Number two, how long does it take? It depends on how far you got into the case. If your I-130 is already approved, then you can upgrade the case and hopefully in another 6 months. But unless you have a separate I-130 approved for that kid's being left behind. Only the spouse is coming.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, our last one for right now comes from Christopher saying, Brad, what happens if ICE detains an undocumented alien who overstayed and is married to a U.S. citizen, but nothing has been filed yet?
What happens if they detain them?
If they detain an undocumented...
They're going to try to deport him. Mm-hmm. And then you have to try to prevent the deportation. Say, hey, wait a second. I'm married to a U.S. citizen. I'm eligible for my green card.
Right.
And prove it's a bona fide marriage and prove you're eligible to adjust and go before a judge and plead your case.
And hire Brad
Correct.
as your lawyer.
Correct.
All right.
All right, let's go back to the phone lines. We have Julian in Fort Lauderdale. Julian. Hi, Julian. Julian needs to pay attention. Let's go to Mohammed in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Hello?
Two people from Minneapolis. Right. Minneapolis is they are tuned in.
How are you today?
Right. How are you, Mohammed?
Good. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
You know, Brad, my mom, she raised her granddaughter since she was 4 years old.
Uh-huh.
She's a green card holder, so is there any way she can bring her here? Because
how old is this granddaughter now? She's 4, or she's been raised since she was 4?
She was raised by my mom since she was 4, but now she's about 14 years
She's
old.
14 years old. Where is she? What country?
Ethiopia.
In Ethiopia. And where's the mother and father of this child?
The father is unknown. Her mother is like she don't know. Both of them they are disappeared. So
okay, so basically
she's not sure whether they are there or no. But she was raised by my mom.
Okay, but nobody's adopted this 14-year-old or anything, correct?
No, no.
Okay, all right. Now your mom's a green card holder or a citizen?
A green card holder.
All right. So your mom can't do anything until she becomes a citizen. Now, this child is basically an orphan in Ethiopia. So to bring an orphan from another country into the United States of America, only a U.S. citizen can bring an orphan in. So maybe you're a U.S. citizen and you want to bring this child in and adopt her and prove that the child has no mother and father, but it has to be done by a U.S. citizen, and it has to be done before the child's 16. And what happens
16?
is 16 is the cutoff. And what happens is that the courts in Ethiopia have to strip the mother and father of their parental rights unless we can prove they're dead. And then you have to go into a court here, if you're in Minnesota, and get what's called a pre-adoption. A pre-adoption is done in court and say, you know what, when I bring this child over from Ethiopia, judge, will you do an adoption? And the judge says, okay, well, you know, you have to have a social worker come by, make sure you have a nice clean home to live in, that you're not a child predator or a sexual predator, that you're going to be a good parent. And then you get a pre-adoption from the United States of America, from the local judge. You have in Ethiopia, the authorities strip the parents of their parental rights because they basically abandoned this child. And now you have an orphan, and you have a judge who says, I'll do an adoption once this child enters America, and now you have to be a U.S. citizen and file for that child to bring that child over as an orphan before the 16th birthday. You can't do an adoption in Ethiopia because that is the process. You can only do the adoption here. It has to be done by a U.S. citizen.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. All right.
All right.
Let's go try Julian again in Fort Lauderdale. Julian.
Hi, Serby.
Hi, Julian. How are you?
I am good.
What's going on?
My question is, my husband, he filed for me last year, July 2018. Well, yeah, last year. He was a permanent resident. He did the I-130. He became a citizen in April. And we did our adjustment of status. However, my priority date has passed, which would have been July 12, 2018, and I still haven't gotten a response. The last response I got was my case was transferred to the NBC.
Okay. To the NVC, National Visa Center? Or
National Benefit Center.
So you filed your adjustment when? What was the day you filed your adjustment application?
The receipt date was April 29, 2019. Yes, baby.
So April 2019, you filed an adjustment. You got a work permit or no?
No, I haven't gotten one.
You filed in April and you don't have a work permit yet, so that's April, May, June, July, August, September, October. 7 months. November, 8 months. You have nothing.
I was looking at the processing time.
I'm not asking you about processing times. I'm just asking you, did you get anything?
I didn't receive anything.
Okay, so something obviously you are aware is wrong. I don't know what you did wrong, but something is wrong because you should have gotten a work permit by now. I don't know what you did wrong, but we can have a consultation and figure it out. So hold on one second. Let's go to Junior in Boynton, Florida. Junior.
Hello.
Hi, Junior.
Hi, Brad. I have a question.
Yeah.
My I-751, I filed to remove the 2 years in December 2017.
Right.
I subsequently got a letter scheduling an interview December 2018.
Right.
I got divorced October of this year.
Okay.
Can you advise me?
Yes. You contact immigration, tell them you are now divorced. You want to convert your case from a joint filing to a waiver of the joint filing based on the fact that you are in a bona fide marriage and it's now terminated by this divorce. And then you're going to be interviewed alone without your spouse, because you're divorced from her, and you got to be able to prove that for some period of time, from the time you got your green card to the time you got divorced, you and her lived together, and you're now divorced.
So I'm going to call him on the phone.
No, you don't call anyone on the phone. No one's going to speak to you. You got to do this all through the mail. Hold on 1 second. You need help. All right, what do we got, Yonathan?
All right. Our next one comes from your favorite social security number.
Yes.
128372039
Damn,
views.
I got to change my social security number now.
There you
I
go.
hope we're getting that many views.
Eventually. All put together, maybe.
Yes.
All right. Can someone with an approved SIJS status who has a pending adjustment of status get married?
As somebody with approved SIJ get married? Sure, you can convert your case.
All right.
Alrighty, next one comes from Chaka Daniel. A friend did not include his previous divorce info. He only included the second divorce when he filed a 145. But now he wants to remove that condition and wants to include the previous divorce info. What can he do?
Why didn't he? All right, so basically what I'm hearing is that when he got his green card, he said he was married once, but now he's married twice and he wants to come clean?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting
He needs
from
a
this.
consultation
Yeah.
before you screw your case up anymore.
Yeah.
What else?
Next one comes from Andrea saying, "Hey, is it safe to travel when you have an advanced parole documents as, or also we have been waiting 1 year and 2 months for our interview, still waiting. What should we do?"
Travel on the advanced parole, and if you're waiting over a year, you can always talk to us about filing a pre-lit mandamus or a mandamus.
Cool.
Alrighty, from Stasia G, squad up. Brad, my husband filed my AOS in early October, already did my biometric. However, I haven't done my medical as yet. Should I get it done now and send it in or wait until the interview?
Wait until the interview. Never send anything in unless it's requested. All right. So meanwhile, Yonathan.
Yes.
Vanessa.
Yep.
Can you do me a favor?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Can you tell people to start watch parties? And you want to know why, by the way, you start a watch party? Okay? It's kindness day.
Right.
Okay? And I'm not even saying be kind to me, be kind to Yonathan, be kind to Vanessa. Be kind to your friends on social media. Because believe it or not, and I was saying this before when I was by myself, when nobody was here next to me. And I had to do.
He was alone.
While I had to
He
do.
missed you, Yonathan.
Oh, I know. I
missed
see.
both of you. While I did all of this by myself here, I said to myself, you know something? Everybody on social media has like this beautiful life, right? Everyone's life is perfect. Everybody's life is wonderful. Everyone is, peaches and cream. You're like, boy, I wish I had that person's life. Boy, okay. Everybody's life is not as perfect as it appears on social media.
Expectation versus reality.
Including Brad's, including Yonathan's, and including Vanessa's, right?
Sure.
Okay. So all your friends who you think have this perfect life that are on social media really don't. A lot of them have a lot of legal problems. You don't know about it.
Right.
A lot of them have a lot of immigration problems. You don't know about it. And if you ever wanted to say to yourself when you wake up in the morning, how can I help the world be a better place? Then tell them about this wonderful resource that we're actually doing, which is helping people with their legal problems. And the best way to help them with somebody's legal problems, help them with a resource, help them say, you know what? I didn't know that Joe had this problem,
right.
And now he watches and Joe, oh, I won't get married within 90 days of entering. Now I know.
Yeah.
Or you know what? I now know that I can get divorced. I don't have to stay in an unhappy marriage. Who knows what everybody's immigration problems
power,
are?
Uncle Brad.
So,
knowledge is power.
Correct. So that's why you do a watch party. That's why you share. That's why you give us a thumbs up. Vanessa, Yonathan, take it from here, please.
Alrighty, team, so you already know the deal. Let's get these watch parties started. We're sleeping tonight. There's so much great information coming to you guys, so make sure that you like and subscribe and share. Make sure that you hit the watch party button, and that'll share with everyone watching on Facebook, all your friends. Let them know that you are tuned in right now to Brad Show Live. Start your watch parties right now.
And how you guys start your watch party is just click that share button right under the share button, it'll say start your watch party. I need you guys to host that watch party, all right? This is like Brad said, it's Kindness Day. Don't do it for us, don't do it for yourself, but do it for everybody else on your social media platform who needs help. You guys will help thousands of people, literally with one push of a button, all right?
Yonathan.
Yes.
Did you ever go on YouTube and hit the share button?
Yes.
Okay, do you know what it says when you hit the share button?
Yes,
What does it say?
you can share it to different platforms, like I always say, and
Right.
you can also create a post.
You can create your post. You know what happens when you create a post?
What happens?
You put it in to your community and say, this is one of my favorite shows in the world.
There you go.
So anybody who follows you on YouTube can now start watching us.
And we let
It's
them know
like
all
the
the
equivalent. It's like the equivalent of Facebook Watch Party.
Yeah. So everybody do that then. So that's going to be a new thing for YouTube, all right? So this is basically like the Facebook version of Watch Party, all right? Now, just because we say share, copy the link and share it to your platforms like Facebook, Twitter, your Blogger, Reddit, Tumblr, whatever you guys use. But now we also have a new bit that says create your post, just like Brad said. So create your post, put a little, a little synopsis of the show. Let them know that this is a show that's going to help people, help your friends and family, or anybody who might need help with any type of immigration
Brad
problems.
is sharing a lot of knowledge that people pay a pretty penny for, and
That
that's
is
his
right.
kindness of the day.
That is right.
Mhm.
I really do. I mean, people pay a lot for this.
Yeah.
I do it for free.
Yeah.
I actually pay to do it.
No, I'm actually really glad that I'm even a
You
part
pay.
of this squad.
Right.
I pay to
Serious
do
team.
it.
You
Yeah.
do.
I
A lot.
pay. A lot. Through the nose. What, am I crazy?
And for 2 hours a day, you're answering
Yes.
questions for free.
That's
so let's
right.
share.
Share,
team.
guys.
All right, let's go to Audrey in Charlotte, North Carolina. Audrey.
Yes, hello?
Hi.
Yeah, hey, Bert.
What's going on?
Yeah, I have a question. So, I enter as a F1 student, 2014, and I'm still legal because I go to school and I'll graduate next year.
Mm-hmm.
But during this process, I got married to a girl from school.
Great.
And she...
Go ahead,
Hello?
Audrey. Go ahead. I'm listening. You got
Yes,
you're
I
on a
got
student
married to a
visa.
girl
You got
from
married,
school.
right?
Yeah, I'm a student visa and I got married from school, and it was, she want to help me with my visa and everything.
Right.
So we applied for one to go to the interview.
Why?
So we fixed and everything.
Why didn't she want to go on the
wanted to
interview?
apply-
What's wrong with her? Why wouldn't she want to go?
I mean, many stuff happened during the marriage. So
What
she
happened?
don't want to go to the first thing.
If I
I'm doing drugs and everything
gosh,
because
okay.
she knew like I was
So she basically, I kind of getting the gist of where you're going. She filed for you.
Yeah.
She was certainly.
everything was good. Mm-hmm.
Are you going to
Everything
that she was
was-
being emotionally abusive to you?
Yes, we was on the same house and everything. So and then we fixed it. We filed for the second time, same story. I just understand she just want to waste my money.
Do you know what? Do you know what you've learned from this, and everybody's learned from this? People are who they are.
Yes.
You don't change. All right. So if you think all of a sudden, you're in this relationship with somebody and you keep having the same arguments or the same problems, and then you're like, okay, honey, we're all good. I'm gonna change. You don't change. You are who you are. You are who you are. Like a zebra's a zebra, a donkey's a donkey, a horse is a horse. That's what Vanessa says. Correct. All right. So what happened? So she did the same thing again.
She did the same thing again. So we been separate for a year. So I went to the lawyer to file for a divorce. But the lawyer, I told the story. The lawyer was like, you can file for VAWA.
Right, as emotionally abused. Right.
But I'm just a student, so the money action was like $4,000 for a VAWA. So I think that was like a little too much for me as a student. So my question is like,
you. By the way,
for
there are non-for-profits who help you with VAWA cases.
Oh, okay.
So you can look in.
yeah.
I don't know what the non-for-profits in Charlotte, North Carolina are, but you can certainly Google it.
Yeah, okay. So my question is, why not? I'm going now to someone else. I got someone else, but I didn't because here you have to file for VAWA. You have to be separate for a year. So being separate for file for divorce, you have to be separate for a year with your wife. So we've been separate for a year. So my question is like, what did I need to file for VAWA or to file for divorce and get married to someone else?
Well,
what would be the better option?
If you are in love with somebody else and you're going to be in a bona fide marriage with that person, that would be the way to go. If you're getting divorced and you're going to marry the first girl that walks down the street or the first woman that walks down the street, and it's going to be something other than for love, then a VAWA.
Okay. So how long does it take for a VAWA?
About 18 to 24 months.
Okay.
All right. Now, one thing about VAWA cases, there is no statute of limitation on VAWA cases until you do a divorce. Once you do a divorce, you have 2 years to file the VAWA. So hold on if you need help. Hold on 1 second. Let's go. Minnesota is in the house. Sam from Minneapolis, Minnesota. I think they're all watching from the same block, right? Yes, going on. Exactly. Sam, what's going on?
Hello, sir.
How are you?
I'm good, sir. It's been a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you.
And I really appreciate your show. I watch every time,
And I appreciate all the kind words. So thank you.
Yeah. And a couple of weeks I called you, but I got a question like with the same thing. I'm concerned about my consular processing in India. So what happened? Like my wife, she got an autism kind of thing. So she is on disability. So she get money from government like SSI.
From the Indian
food
government.
Stamps. Yeah. From the SSI check, like she's getting.
Wait. You're concerned about your wife going for an interview in India?
I'm going.
You're going for an interview. You're adjusting your status here, but your wife is on the spectrum of autism and gets all sorts of government assistance.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I have a.
You can, by the way, you can be in love with somebody who has some sort of disability. That's not a problem. Problem is if their disability prevents them from earning a living and has to be supported by the U.S. government, that's a problem. So you guys got to figure that one out.
Oh, I have a co-sponsor too.
It doesn't matter if your co-sponsor is Michael Bloomberg. You gotta if she's on food stamps and SSI, the government's going to say she can't support herself, let alone you.
So is it going to be a public charge like for me?
They look at right now the totality of circumstances, but I would not be surprised if they deny you for public charge. I would be actually shocked if they didn't.
I mean, is it possible for the denial?
I said I would be shocked if they did not deny you for public. Like if you fought based on what you told me, and you file an adjustment, and then you call me back in 6 months and say, Brad, I thought you knew what you were talking about. You're crazy. They gave me a green card despite the fact that my wife is on all sorts of Social Security. Now, disability is one thing, but if so she can get disability because disability is not need-based. But if she's on food stamps and Medicaid, that's something else. So she can stay on disability, but if you're telling me she's on food stamps or was it SNAP now or Medicaid, Section 8 housing, they're going to deny you for public charge. I would be shocked if they didn't.
And I got a co-sponsor too, so.
I understand you said that.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to have a long talk with her. All right, hold on 1 second. By the way, guess where Victor's from?
Minneapolis or Minnesota?
Minnesota, New Hope, Minnesota. Jeez. Victor, no, what's going on with Minnesota today? Yes, Victor, what's going on?
Cool. Firstly, I want to say thank you so very much for your show.
My pleasure.
It's kind of educative. Yeah. I got one quick question. I got a 2 years green card and I got a family emergency. Am I permitted to travel and return?
Say that again. You have a 2-year green card and you want to be able to travel?
I got a 2 years green card and I got a family emergency.
So go travel.
So,
enjoy. I mean, don't enjoy. I'm sorry about your emergency, but you certainly can travel with a 2-year green card.
Okay.
All right. That was it?
Okay. Yeah.
Absolutely. Go travel. Don't stay out for more than 4 months. I hope everything works out.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go to Renee in Orlando.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, Renee.
How are you?
Good. What's going on?
I have 3 questions based on a child filing for their parent.
Yes.
It's just 3 small questions.
Yes.
The first question is the process quicker or easier?
A child has to be over 21 and has to be a U.S. citizen. And is it quicker or easier than what? What am I comparing
Than
it
the
to?
marriage process.
It's the same. It's the same thing. Whichever one you want. Not quicker.
Okay,
not
and-
more or less quicker.
Okay. My other question is, does the parent get a conditional card?
No, gets a permanent.
Oh, permanent.
Yes, but
yes,
you have to wait 5 years for citizenship versus 3 years if through marriage. So there's.
Oh,
Okay.
and my last question would be, what would be a reason for them to deny a parent a green card?
Fraud, crime. There's about 100 different reasons. Poverty guidelines, health-related reasons. You're not the mother. I mean, there's like you're asking me. I can come up with 1,000 things off the top of my head. I don't know anything about you guys, but what you should do is have a consultation, and then I can tell you if you're gonna have a problem or not. All right. So hold on 1 second. Let's go to Raha in San Francisco, California. Raha.
Hey, Brad, how are you, buddy?
What's going on?
Real quick, I think this is the best way for me to reach you. I did spoke to you last week, and I sent all the dispositions as you advised me, all the documents with a brief email, and I paid for the consultation. But for some reason, twice I got a call from your office saying that you will call me, and I took a break from my work, never got a call. But third time, I called them and said, hey,
so what are you doing? You're calling to complain to me that I didn't call you fast enough? What is the purpose of your call?
No, 3 times.
Okay,
Three times I was expecting your call.
What is the purpose of your call? Tell me why you're calling.
It was with regards to I was going to file for my citizenship, and you told me that you need a consultation and send me all the documents.
Okay, so I'm sorry I didn't get to you. My apologies.
Please, no. I didn't call to complain for.
It sounds like you're calling to complain, so.
If you can reach out to me somehow.
Yes, of course. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Richie in Queens.
Hello?
How are you?
Yes, good. Brad, how are you? Everything good?
Yeah, good. What's going on?
All right. So let me tell you, I filed my SIJ case, my I-360, last year, January 2018.
Right.
And they gave me my work permit, which I filed on this February. So I got my work permit now. But how long does it usually take for them to process my 360? Like any amount of time? Because it's almost going to be 2 years.
If it's 2 years, that's way too long. It shouldn't be more than 12 months.
For 360, because
Yes.
I don't know why. So what cases they're processing right now for 360?
What case are they processing, or how long is it? It shouldn't be more than 12 months. That's what I'm telling you.
So what should I do now? Because for my I-360...
Well, 2 things is you should, A, have a consultation, and let's make sure that you're doing everything properly. Because a lot of times people have consultations saying, Brad, I want to file a mandamus. And then I look at the case, I'm like, well, you can't because you're effed up. All right, that's why you're waiting all this time. So number 1 is we got to figure out and make sure you did everything right. And then if you did everything right and it's still 2 years, then your choices are wait, write letters to the government, threaten to sue them in a mandamus. All right, so let's figure that
Okay,
one
so
out.
mandamus is the only option left because I don't know because it was a case...
I didn't say it was the only option left. I said it is an option. Okay.
Okay, so is no option because I am between 18 and 21 when I filed it. I was 20, so and I'm in New York State. So
okay, all right. So what? So now I know a little bit more about your case, which I didn't know 30 seconds ago. The government in New York State was taking SIJ cases between 18 and 21 and denying them, saying you no longer qualify as a minor between the ages of 18 and 21. There was a lawsuit, a class action lawsuit, and it was found in favor of the SIJ applicants who were denied between 18 and 21. And now immigration is supposed to be completing those cases, but they've been extraordinarily slow doing it. So I am suggesting to people in that situation to file a mandamus. All right. So hold on 1 second if you need help.
All right, no problem. Thank you.
You're
Thank
very
you.
welcome. Hold on. All right. In this edition of Spar Bernstein's Attorney Close-Up, personal injury attorney Moshe Borukh explains that no matter what your citizenship status, you have rights in New York if you're injured in an accident. Let's check it out.
Hello, my name is Moshe Borukh, attorney and partner at the law offices of Spar and Bernstein. In New York, an undocumented person has the exact same rights as a documented person when it comes to a personal injury lawsuit or claim. If you are injured in New York, you have nothing to worry about when it comes to your documentation status. At the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, not only are you protected and defended by lawyers in the personal injury action, but we also have lawyers who are going to defend you and make sure that your immigration status is not affected by your personal injury case. Although an undocumented person has the exact same rights as a documented person, the last thing you want to do is tell anybody about your undocumented immigration status. Don't tell anybody about your situation. Allow the lawyers, and only the lawyers, to discuss with you your immigration status as it pertains to your personal injury lawsuit.
Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. All right, so let's do something we like to call social media check-in. Maestro, social media check-in. There we go.
All right. Okay.
All right.
All right, our first social media question comes from Salon saying, hey, Brad, I had scheduled an interview. When I got there, the officer said my interview will be rescheduled because they did not receive all my paperwork from NBC. Is this normal?
It is sometimes normal, and unfortunately, if they didn't get all your paperwork, good luck on them getting it there. It's going to take a very long time, so I think you need somebody to follow up on that for you.
Alrighty, and I have Uluwata Busola.
Oh, very good.
That was a fun one.
That was
Ross.
excellent, yes.
I just got my green card. True marriage. I would like to go to Africa to visit. Question.
We just spoke with him. Yes, you can travel because there was an emergency.
Okay. Andrea is saying, can a 10-year-old child adjust status inside the U.S.? The child entered with a tourist visa in 2016 and still inside the U.S. since then. The parent is a permanent resident.
Say it again?
Can a child that's 10 years old adjust status inside the U.S.? The parent is a permanent resident, and the child entered with the tourist visa back in 2016.
No, unless the child would be 245I, which is impossible because that means he had to have been alive in 1998, which was impossible.
Right.
You would have to wait for the parent to be a citizen. Parent can file for that child to go home and come back. Does not have a 10-year bar, but you got to wait until you're a citizen.
Okay, and Mohammed says that he filed for an I-360 in January of 2018. He got an RFE in June of 2019. He received a response for his RFE in October of 2019. When can he expect to receive the decision on the I-360?
What? Give me the dates again.
Okay, so I-360 was filed in January of 2018. And he got his RFE in June of 2019.
And he responded.
And it says respond for RFE in October of 2019.
They have 120 days from the RFE to make a decision, so hopefully within that time frame.
All right, Mickey's saying, my mother is a green card holder. She can't read or write, never been to school. How can she get a citizenship?
She needs to wait until she's 55 years old and been a resident for 15 years.
All right.
All right, from Layla. What does the information notice for the immigration aggravated battery DV at Florida? Charges were dropped by wife and prosecutor, case clear in green card holder.
Sounds like he was arrested for some sort of domestic violence.
Yes.
And they dropped the
Florida.
charges in Florida.
Uh-huh.
So no crime, no foul, as they say, right?
Right.
You need a conviction.
All right, I don't really understand this, but let's see if you do.
All right.
Kings TV is saying, can you have mutations petitioners so the different cases with only one address? Will that be suspects by immigration?
Can you have a mutant? Was this like Marvel Comics?
That's why I was like, maybe this is something that I don't
again?
know. Can you have mutations petitioner?
Okay, continue.
So the different cases with only one
mutual.
Mutual.
Right.
Okay.
Mutual petitioners.
All right, because I was like, this might be a new.
No. There is no mutual petitioner.
Okay.
You have one petitioner, but if they can't afford on the affidavit of support unless there's no such thing as, Mormons with like 4 wives.
Right.
Okay, you have one spouse, one petitioner, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what he was asking, maybe?
I guess. I told you I can't.
Right,
I don't know what it is.
I'm going to be living in 2 different homes with 2 different wives.
It's a lot to handle.
Yes.
So Tistav asks, can a father who is a citizen file for his 2 daughters that are out of status?
Sure.
Okay, and we have our last from Aaron saying, I want to know how priority date works. So if my priority date is June 13, 2018, do I have to wait until June 13, 2020 for my interview, or because my interview was April 3rd, 2019?
Well, priority date is just the date in which your application is received. That's it. That's how it works. So in other words, your application's received on this date, that's your priority date. And they're supposed to work in order that they get it, meaning the person waiting the longest goes first, but it doesn't always work that way.
Right. We know that.
Yeah. So meanwhile, I recently went up to Harlem, to 125th Street. You know where that area is?
That's close to my place.
You know that place?
Yeah.
That's near apartment 9J.
Yeah, it's 10 blocks away.
10 blocks from 9J, right?
Yes.
We just don't tell the address. But
right.
Everyone knows he's apartment 9J.
Right.
We just don't know where.
I'm still getting the feels for you, boy. But 9J,
because we were going to have, I don't know if you ever saw that they were going to storm Area 51.
Oh, yeah.
Or is it Area 52? So the whole entire Brad squad wanted to storm apartment 9J to see what's going on in Yo-Yo's apartment. And we said if we're enough, the doorman can't stop everybody.
Right. So
my doorman's pretty big. He is pretty big.
So meanwhile, I recently went up to Harlem to 125th Street to meet up with my client Dale Cole, who just opened up his Jamaican restaurant named Daps Eats. And I was there this February. And we met him right after he obtained his green card. I had traditional and delicious. It was actually delicious Jamaican food.
Chicken?
More than jerk chicken.
I'm sure.
Okay, and great conversation. Let's check it out. Hey, Brad Squad. I got out of the office to visit one of my clients, Dale Cole, who got his green card from Jamaica, and now he opened up a restaurant, Daps Eats, right here on 125th Street in Harlem. Let's go meet Dale. So I'm here with Dale Cole, the owner of Daps Eats. He was my former client at Spar Bernstein. I've known this guy now for what, 12, 14 years maybe?
Yeah, 14, 15
years?
Yes.
Tell us quickly your immigration story.
Growing up, you always seek for a better way out, and whichever way you get here, that's how we get here, It wasn't that easy. So you have to learn on your own. I would say it's like a testimony,
Right, so what'd you do? So you got here, and you look for a job?
Yes, I looked for a job. Right. It was kind of difficult knowing my situation.
Did you know what you wanted to do? Did you know you wanted to ultimately open up a restaurant?
Actually, no, I didn't. How this really comes about, I cooked and people sort of liked it because I used to watch Mom, Grandma, the way they cook.
Right.
So that's how I started cooking.
Well, it's very funny. I used to watch Grandpa and how he dealt with clients, and I kind of followed along with it.
Okay, see?
Yeah, so it's the same thing.
Yeah, same thing,
right.
Same thing.
Go home, you get your green card, come back, and now you're a business owner.
Yes,
you're the American dream. I wish Donald Trump could see this.
I know, because I'm going to introduce you to Lorraine, and Lorraine, she was born here.
Right.
So we're not only doing it for Caribbean or people in other countries.
Right. You were born here in America, right? Wasn't for him getting a green card, you'd have no job. So you got a job at a restaurant where? Here in the city?
Yeah, I was working in Brooklyn. Actually, I was doing the grill in the back. Grill is one of my specialties. I love jerk chicken. I like to play with the charcoal, the wood fire. And the owner had a situation. He could not come in. And I was left there blank. So I said, you know what? Now is the chance to prove myself. It was quite busy, as you see, like in here. And he wanted to know what happened, what took place, and so forth. I said, hey, I just cooked.
He said, what took place? Look at this cash register. I made you money.
Exactly.
The place is still here, right?
It's still here.
Right.
Still here.
When did you get the idea to open this place?
I had an idea a long time ago, but making it come together, it was difficult. I found a place on Lenox Avenue, which is very popular. And I had a friend of mine, his name is Paul. He said, Dale, I like it, I know you like it, so let's go for it. However, it come about, I have to go back home to pick up my paper, so I will lose it.
This was after you got your green card?
This was after, so I said, you know what, this is the time. So when I came, I saw it, the place was total wreck.
So you did this whole place
The
from
whole
scratch.
thing.
And when did you open now? How long
We
did you
opened on the February 4th, just to cook, do like a pre, and then the grand open was February the 8th.
How'd you come up with Daps?
My name is Dale.
Right.
And Paul.
Got
So we were thinking about what name to come about,
Right.
you know? So it's a Dale and Paul. So write it down and say, hey, whoa, Daps. Why don't we call it Daps, D-A-P-S?
Is this a Jamaican restaurant or
This
is this
is
Caribbean?
this is an authentic Jamaican restaurant.
Okay. So what ingredients do you always find in Jamaican
Scotch
food?
bonnet pepper.
Always
If
in
you don't have
everything.
the Scotch bonnet pepper, there's no flavor to
right,
it. It's a pimento
You're
seed.
cooking something else, but you're not cooking Jamaican
Yeah,
food.
you're not cooking Jamaican food.
Right.
So you have to have the Scotch bonnet pepper.
Right.
If you put it in rice, don't cut it. Just give it the flavor.
Right.
You know, we're known for jerk chicken.
Right.
That's one of my specialties. I teach them to cook, to season it, but I have to monitor it.
What makes it like, really good jerk chicken? Like what should the taste be that you say this is better?
The flavor.
Yeah.
It comes with a little spice, but if the spice is choking you,
then it's too much.
It's too much.
Right.
I had a lady came in last night. She came in, she said, I do not like spices, but I smell the food here and it's awesome, I want to try it. And what is that burnt stuff? I said, it's jerk chicken, it's just the color. She said, may I try it? I've heard about it.
Right.
So I said, yes, but it's a bit spicy and you don't like spice. And she started to eat it.
And?
She never stopped.
Really?
She said it's spicy, but there's a flavor behind it.
That's right.
And that's what it is. There's a flavor behind it.
I don't like to eat spicy food where my mouth is burning.
No.
And what I'm experiencing is more than anything else
No.
is my mouth is burning.
No,
Right.
not here. The
Right.
jerk sauce, we make a jerk sauce which is in-house. We're known for the jerk sauce. A guy came in and said, you know what? Those other stores sell their sauce for extra price. We just love your jerk sauce. Why don't you just sell it to us?
That's not a bad idea.
That's not a bad idea.
Cool.
You know?
We gotta do business. We're selling jars of
Yeah,
jerk sauce, right?
so we're known for jerk chicken and mac and cheese,
Right.
which is our crossover
mac and
in
cheese.
in American and other island. Mac and cheese is different. They just love it.
Right.
They just love it, and that's one of my specialty I put into play too with the mac and cheese, which I learned from my wife. But I give you a little story. I hope she don't kill me after this. She taught me how to make macaroni and cheese.
Right.
But then one day she went home and the kids need macaroni and cheese.
Right.
And I make it and they said, Dad, we like your one better. I said, oh man, please don't say it when mom comes.
What did you do different?
I just add a little different spice to it, which
You
is
made it a little more Jamaican flavor.
Yes, but
Right.
but light, so
Right.
to speak. I put a little Jamaican flavor, but make it light.
Right.
So it's there, but it's not really there, A little garlic, a little black pepper, never go wrong, but don't put too much.
You know what? Let's go behind the kitchen. You show me
Sure.
a little more. Why don't we do that?
Yes, let's go behind the kitchen. Come on.
So what do we have here?
Okay, we have jerk chickens. This is what we're known for.
And
We
what-
have
what's in
stewed
this?
chicken. Behind that, we have oxtail.
Right.
We have curry goat.
Right.
We have curry chicken.
Wow.
We have fried chicken. This is not an ordinary fried chicken. Once you're in Harlem, there's a restaurant called Sylvia's.
Sylvia's, that's famous.
She's
right.
famous. She's over
Famous,
here for
right.
100 years.
Right.
I've had customers come in and say, you guys are into some trouble. It's crispy, the way it tastes, and they say, oh wow. This is the sticky wings. It's sort of like the fried chicken, but it's sauteed in a sauce. Certain islands use vodka, we use rum, but a light rum. Fried rice, we have the teriyaki stew.
Now, Dale, I have to tell you something. Every day on my show, I tell people about my diet, and every day I have an excuse why I'm off my diet. But now they see it's a real excuse every day. Like, how can I diet with this?
Oh
right?
man, and we have the shrimp linguine, we have the aki, we have the mac and cheese. One with the crispy and one with not the crispy edge. That one is sold out. We have dumpling and festival. This is sort of like breakfast, but the customer asks for it so much, we have to leave it that it goes through the day. And we have callaloo, and that's provision, like yam. That's what Usain Bolt eats a lot. They talk and banana and boiled
Is that
dumplings.
what makes them fast?
I guess that's what they say,
Okay.
but he loves it. This is like rice warmer. We don't cook rice in there. You have to flavor the rice and meat.
Right. It's amazing.
And we have cheesecake, and this is our patty machine. Patty bake fresh during the day. So whatever he bakes this morning is out already.
It's already done.
Yes.
What time you open in the morning?
We usually open at 10, no, we open at 7. We get here like 5 o'clock, sometimes 5:30 because we prep overnight. And we close around 9. I'm gonna introduce you to my head chef. He helps me out to help me to go buy stuff, promote, and do other stuff. This is Chiquan. Chiquan, that's my
Chiquan, how are you?
son. And this is Ricardo.
How's doing business in New York? Do they make it easy to open up a restaurant?
No, it's kind of a tough way because all the permits, the workers come.
The health department has
the health
to come.
department, everything is intact.
Right.
However, for me, this building, it takes me a while because, as I said, the neighborhood was run down. No one was quite interested in what was going on. I did my research. I heard that it was drug infested. A lot of people taught me out of it, but I know what I wanted. You know, I believe it could be a change. So right here, this is where all the miracle take place.
Bradshaw Live.
Yeah, we have a cup here.
Yes.
This is my teacup, and I come here and I say, hey, where's my cup? You know, as you were saying, we have fridge, we have a low boy, we have our prep station, and this boy here.
What does this do?
This is amazing.
This looks like a monster. This is the neat dough.
Yes.
Everything is from scratch.
Yes, it was difficult. And we said,
Yes.
you know what, we need something.
This is the big boy.
This is the big
That's
boy.
the big
yes.
boy, yes.
So this is where the cheesecake,
Right,
the
wow.
rum cake, the bun, the Easter bun.
Amazing.
This is where everything comes about. Yeah, this is our supply. As you see, we're fresh, we're young.
And you go buy new fresh supplies every day.
Every day, and it's brand new. We take our time and do what we had to do while waiting for permits, while waiting for gas authorization, while waiting for all this stuff. We cut the back, put a little deck.
Everything is spotless. You can tell a good restaurant when you go into the back of the kitchen and you can see how clean everything is.
And that's one of my motto. I said to the guys, if something falls, get it up.
And I have to say one other thing. It's very rare you walk into a business, everybody's smiling. Everybody's happy. Everybody is happy to be working here. Yes. All right, let's go taste something. I'm hungry. Yeah. All right, so I have the jerk chicken here. I'm gonna take some plantains. Oh my God, you have shrimp and pasta?
Yes.
You have a wheelbarrow to roll me out of here when I'm done? Oh, there's two different types of shrimp you got.
Yes, there's two different shops.
Wow, So take one of these.
Yes.
You're gonna give me some rice over here. Wow. Look at this plate. I know everybody's jealous, right? All right, so I'm gonna start with the reggae. Reggae. Oh my God.
When you come here, when you eat something here and you're from the islands, it should take you back to that island. That's our motto.
Plantains are good too. Now I'm gonna go for the real taste test, which is the jerk chicken. Now you're saying what's good about this is you feel the kick, but you don't feel the spice burning your mouth, right?
Yes, it's there. And there's the sauce.
I'm gonna pour it right over it. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Amazing. Thank
Wow.
you.
Oh my God. I gotta say, this jerk chicken would go up against any jerk chicken I've ever eaten in my life. Now, I don't want to say I've eaten every jerk chicken from all over, but I have eaten my fair share of jerk chicken.
Yes.
This is really, really good.
Yes. I have a customer came in and tasted jerk chicken, and she said, "Are you guys related to Scotty?" I'm like, "Who's Scotty?" She said, "It's a famous jerk spot where they go." I said, "I don't know the person you're talking about, but I do appreciate you complimenting me and placing me with someone that is famous." And the thing with our jerk sauce is one of our signature. People from all over comes and say, "You know what? We just love that sauce." The sauce is with the jerk chicken. They will have the sauce and rice and beans.
The rice is really good too.
Yes.
Now I don't even know where to go from here. The rice is good. The reggae chicken's good.
And you haven't tried the oxtail or the curry goat?
There's not enough room on my plate. I'm gonna get to it. Don't worry.
And what we do here, we try to minimize what they call powdered season. What we do when we mostly use fresh herbs.
Right. So everything is fresh here.
Yes.
You're not using any
fresh herbs. Some of the powdered season we would give a play like garlic, even though we have fresh garlic. We would use some all-purpose, which is we try to make an all-purpose season. Like which one we taste, which one is better. I would try to create that all-purpose season.
This is really good. What is inside of this?
Okay, it's a dough, and it's like flour with a cornmeal base.
Right.
And a little bit of cane sugar, brown sugar, not white sugar.
It's really good.
But not too much. And it tastes better even with gravy. Like you could just have that with just a thing of gravy. And that's it is. Amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I want to retire as a lawyer and be a food critic. And just come here Because
Well, you're my lawyer.
I'd give you 10 stars.
You're my lawyer. I mean,
this is amazing.
You're not just my immigration law. For anything, whatever case it may be,
right.
I go to Spar and Bernstein. He's been a support. He's been a family. He keeps you in tune with up to date. He doesn't give you something that he's not sure of.
Now, this is the famous macaroni and cheese.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Dale, I have not tasted your wife's macaroni and cheese, but I don't know how you can get better macaroni and cheese than this.
I did the green room for Comic Con. I bring the festival, I bring the mac and cheese, and everyone was like, you know what? I'm not on diet today. I tasted the macaroni and cheese. It was finished. It was 2 platters, and they had a ball.
All done.
Yes.
Wow. I don't know what to say, guys. I will never lose weight, but I'm having the best time. Dale is amazing. The food is amazing here. Daps is amazing. I am telling you, come down to 125th Street. We're between Madison and Park. This food is out of this world. They're open at 7 a.m. And if you can't come down to 125th Street, then you can call them on Uber Eats. If you're visiting New York, come visit here. It's really that good. It's worth the trip, I promise you. This is great.
Thank you.
Thank you, and congratulations to you from being a 16-year-old kid with basically came here by yourself with nothing in your pocket to now having a green card, a family, children, your own restaurant that hopefully, ultimately, you're going to franchise out, and you're going to even be selling your special sauce in every supermarket around the country.
Most of all, thanks to you for making it happen. It was with your help which brought me to this far, and I really appreciate it. And we're looking forward to great and many more things with your brand.
If there is a lesson to be learned, because it took you 15 years to get your green card, or 18 years.
Yes.
Was it about 15, 18 years?
About 15, 18, yeah.
Yeah, to get your green card. If there's anything to learn from this, it's perseverance.
Perseverance,
and
yes.
Congratulations to you, amazing.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, somewhere I'm gonna come back to me.
That was
there
you.
we are.
There you are.
There I am. All right, Maestro, put 1 minute and 10 seconds on the clock.
We have to bang this out. We're
giving ourselves 11 seconds a question. We're going to answer 10 questions in 1 minute and 10 seconds, 70 seconds. 11 seconds a question to read out the question and get an answer.
All right.
All right, and hopefully we're faster than these cars who keep stopping. Yep, the cars keep stopping.
But we're gonna
keep doing it. Eventually, we're gonna come back to me here. Eventually, it's going to happen.
I can feel it.
I can feel it too. I can feel it's Hump Day, right?
Oh, is that what you're feeling?
That's what I'm feeling right now. It's Hump Day.
All right. Do we have our clock? There we go.
Who shut the lights off?
Did you
Turn
pay?
the lights on,
Did you
please.
pay the bill?
I did not. There we go.
Okay.
The lights are back
We got
on.
a clock. We got bread.
All right.
All right, guys. We are about to start. Ready?
Ready? Go.
Yeah, Jones wants to know what I really need to do. File a petition for myself and 2 kids, 11 and 7.
Maestro is really. It hasn't even started yet. The clock.
And the countdown.
There we go. Go.
Would I need to do a vow petition for myself and 2 kids, 11 and 7?
You need to. No, you don't, because they would be included.
Lavina says, question, I'm an adult. I overstayed my visa. My dad is a citizen. Can he file for me?
Yes.
AJ, does public charge apply to people traveling outside and coming back to U.S. 2 to 3 weeks with 2-year green card, no criminal record?
Abu Yannick, how long does it take to get the travels document after the biometrics appointment?
About 30 to 180 days, depending on when your biometric was.
Nadine says, how long does it take for a permanent resident to file for a spouse if they overstayed their visitor's visa?
It's about 2 years, but they would have to do a provisional waiver, go home and come back.
Indian Ocean asks, I-130 approved, sent to NBC. Can spouse travel to the U.S. as a visitor?
They can, but they can be stopped at the airport for immigrant intent.
Jorge says, what does prima facie mean? Will they ask for more evidence?
They looked at your application and it seems okay on its face.
So, Kajilia asks, so if you got married, there it is.
Excuse me. Good luck to you.
Oh, wait, what's going on? This last question. All right. All right, so you guys are just gonna leave it hanging?
If the studio's getting blown up,
Listen.
we're getting under the table.
I was just gonna hang
What were we
tight.
at?
No, you don't hang tight. You get under the table. There's a
I'm the
bomb.
new girl on the block.
There's a bomb going
You guys
off.
were just gonna let me know this is
Yeah.
happening.
By the
Listen.
way, that bomb was so explosive we can't even come back.
Right.
It blew up all the equipment.
Blew up the whole
It blew up the
studio.
whole studio. All right, what was the last couple of questions? What was the last couple of questions?
The last one. So if I got married before the 90-day rule, do I need a waiver if
Yes.
you filed
Yes.
your documents
they
2
need
years
a
later
waiver.
in 2018?
Most likely would need a waiver.
Yuli says, how can someone prove good moral character when they already have criminal record?
Hopefully it was a long time ago. You're allowed to have a bad day every so often. You know, it depends on what your situation is.
How can someone? That's the one that you just asked. Please, how long will it take Brad? No, switching that one. Oh, okay. Hi,
the
Brad.
last
What are
one,
the
guys.
requirements for the U.S. citizen to file for her dad in Jamaica, and how long would that process take?
Prove you are the daughter, and if your dad wasn't married to your mother, prove you had a relationship with your father between birth to 18.
All right.
And we have something we like to call comments of the day. Comment. There we go. There we go. All right. We're slogging through here.
Yeah. All right. Our first comment of the day comes from Mukhtar saying, I'm relying on this show now to deconstruct the lead news of the day for me, schmoozing. Also getting immigration tips. Great lawyer, great co-anchors, great show, great law firm.
He loves us.
Yeah, great
Yes.
everything. I like that.
And I'm just glad to be a part of all the crazy.
By the way, we have our drum rolls after
Right.
our comments
Yes.
now, not before.
Okay, we're
They
just
should
switching
be-
things up today.
Right. The
Just
drum
throwing
roll
me
should
out
be
of the new
before.
element.
Right.
Y'all gotta feed me the cues. So Tracy Lacey says Vanessa will join the squad to storm apartment 9J.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Vanessa's storming too.
With the doors wide open.
You guys better bring some food. I'm telling you, crab legs. All right, our third comment of the day comes from Tale saying, Brad Show Live. I'm in South Florida. We'll be expecting a cold front soon, but now I'm watching my favorite show with a warm heart.
Hey, I like that.
I like that.
That Florida sun helps too.
Right.
Okie dokie. So, Cindy Albert, as water is to life, so is the Brad Show to many of us.
Very
Look at
nice.
that kind
Isn't
comment.
that kind? That's kindness.
That is.
That is
All right,
kindness.
we have one from Tom and Ruth Philippines Adventure saying, I just love your show. I have no immigration questions and love watching. So shout out to Brad and his great show that helps
thank
so
you.
many people.
Thank you
That
very
is
much.
us. We're
Thank
part
you.
of that
Right.
show.
That's right.
Oh, that's
D.
awesome.
Farb says knowledge is key and knowledge we gain with Brad the Man. Hashtag informative.
All right, I like that too.
That's
Thank
it.
you. Very positive comments today.
Yes.
Kind.
And kind.
Staying true to-
So Vanessa, how'd it go? Your first hump day.
Right.
Well,
And
was
your
cool
first,
with the hump day. I wish I would've
not only was this your first hump day, but this was your first live show.
Yeah.
Right? And we just threw you right in.
I wish I would have gotten the bomb warning, but I mean, I caught on to the
Right.
vibe after.
You know now.
Now I know.
Yeah,
Moving
it's-
forward, I'm
right,
not
right.
blowing up in the studio alone.
Exactly. We ain't blowing up in the studio. Up there's the camels.
Put him back in the cage.
Nobody put the camels back in the cage. They're just running wild right now. All right, we'll see
advantage
you
of
all
Wednesday.
tomorrow. Thanks for watching. So Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein Law Firm, located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800 1-800-LINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465.